Hello, and welcome to our very latest episode of Night Quests with Doodle and CMoney. I am CMoney, and I am joined by the always lovely Doodle.
What's up, everyone? Happy Tuesday. Thank you so very much for rocking out with us tonight.
Indeed.
Let's get it.
Let's get it indeed. Man, that weekend flew by.
It does say Night Quest.
It does say Night Quest.
Thank you, Jesse B.
It's almost like it happens at night. Guys.
Oh, night shift is on
Friday.
Yeah.
Night Quest, Tuesday.
Jesse B confusing me.
Did he confuse you?
He did. I mean, I was confused on Friday when we were, talking about Tuesday with the name, but
listen.
Yeah.
This is what I was saying.
You got me, bro.
It is in fact Tuesday. It is in fact Tuesday night. And Tuesday night is Night Quest.
The quest. We take a quest.
I know it may be confusing. You don't see our boy Pharaoh. He should be here at some point in life. But that being said, I always love when we get some fun news. You know what I'm saying? Some fun news, some fun information. And I thought there was a bad reaction from the ponies when the Rogue Ally, was announced.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I thought that was rough for them. But it's almost, I feel like they almost didn't believe it was gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? And when I say I'm talking about the PlayStation games now being available on the Xbox ecosystem, right?
Denial is one heck of a disease, bro.
It is. And you could see it now, right?
You.
Like you could literally see how fucked they are right now in their heads because Xbox done said fuck it. All right, let's go ahead and let's ruin their day now and just bring in that idea, right? Bring in the fact that right now on PC you can go ahead and play any first party PlayStation game of your choosing right through the Xbox app.
Listen, there's no better feeling than when you wake up in the morning and you slap up a pony, right? So They just wanted in on it. They were like, we can wait, but
yes,
let's just get it over with.
Of course,
it's for a beatdown.
Xbox not fucking around. They're looking to slap up.
They're
looking to slap up some ponies like that.
Yeah, they don't even let them heal. They're like, hold up. I know you got to try to spin this, but before you do that, hold my beer. I'm gonna show you something else. That's where they're at.
The reality is that at the end of the day, this is a whole new world of gaming.
Yes.
And sadly, I think these dudes are going to be in for a rude awakening. But we're going to get into all the nitty gritty as we do. That being said, you know what the fuck it is, man. We're here live in the building with our homies.
Let's go.
Fucking Tuesday night Quest, baby. Appreciate y'all being here, man. You know that we have to shout out our homies, man. We appreciate everyone who supports us over on Patreon and as YouTube members. You guys are the shit. Thank you so much. Always remember that the show's brought to you by you. So we thank you for supporting the channel. So thank you guys so much. That being said, we want to go ahead and shout out our elite members. That's right. We have the homie Big Boy Mike,
Let's go.
Dark Angelic, and Queen Witch. And then we have our inner circle members. That's right. We got the homie Big Mix Gaming and Pragmatic Eagle.
Oh,
So shout out to you
You got
guys for all the support, man. We do appreciate it. That being said, you know how we do here, man. You guys live in the building right now. You guys are supporting us in such a major way, rocking out with us live in the building. So thank you guys for being here and for all the support, man. It really means a lot to us. That being said, I mean, I think we know.
oh, baby.
You guys can't all be equal.
You would think that they know this already. We gotta
You would-
remind them.
You would think.
Every show,
You would think.
break
But
down the news.
listen, there wouldn't be anybody special if they were all the same. You know what I'm saying?
No.
That wouldn't be special. So there are, in fact, 3 among you
That's it.
right now. You didn't even know it. You didn't even know it. You didn't feel it. But 3 of you are the specials of the evening. That's right. You have ascended. One of you will take the title
Mm,
of best bot of
Best
the
bot.
night.
just
That's
one.
right. That's right. And you guys will forever be emblazoned.
Unless it's Cage, then you know.
Oh, damn. That's
You
cold.
know.
That's real cool. That's a stray out of nowhere. You know what I'm saying? Like he didn't even know what happened. Like he's like, yo, I'm here to watch this fun show and then slap to the face. You know what I'm saying? Like that's
That's not why. I'm just saying.
mm.
That's it. He likes Miss Universe.
Oh, he's
That's-
Miss Universe. Got it.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay, understand. So you're either Miss the best bot or Miss Universe per Cage.
Yes, yes.
But that being said, who are these 3 people?
I don't know, baby. Tell me.
Well, I will say that I don't know how you wished it upon him, but motherfucking Cage is number 3 in the building. Cage is number 3. He is not Miss Universe tonight. I apologize, Cage.
Wait,
That's right.
never the bride. Damn, Cage.
Always the drunk. You know what I'm saying? It's
Never sober.
never sober. Cage, so close. If you had maybe 1 or 2 less, you might have made it on time. But shout out to you, brother.
Down, son. You know, every
Oh, my
morning.
God.
I'm gonna record that for Cage.
You gotta.
Yeah,
You gotta.
yeah, yeah. I
So
was
you gotta do him a kindness.
saying that you're gonna enjoy the voice, right? But
Listen,
for sure, put the bottle down.
that's the voice of an
You
angel.
know, I was singing for you. Thank you, baby.
were. It's
Before the
beautiful.
show, I
Beautiful.
sang him a song,
Love it.
and you know, thank you.
Yeah, amazing. For sure. We don't want to gift these people
No,
that
no.
because they don't, you know,
They won't appreciate
that's
it.
next level.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah.
That's next level. But
Keep that on the hush hush.
shout out to Cage for being number
Shout out to
3 in the building.
Cage and
Making
his
it to the
folks,
banner.
You know?
Number 2 in the building. Sadly,
Oh,
not thinking they were. Michelle Alexandria. Number 2 in the building, shouting out first. You know, it was just that exclamation point. Just if you would have just did 1 ST, you know what I'm saying? Maybe we would have gotten there. So close yet so far. But shout out to Michelle.
You know, Brandy says almost doesn't count.
Almost
Right?
doesn't count.
Damn
That's a hard fact.
Michelle, almost.
Like if you're a PlayStation person, like you almost had games, but you don't. It's fucked up.
Oh,
Like almost doesn't count. You know, like well, we have Death Stranding. It's almost a first party, but it's not. You know what I'm saying? But it's not. But
Damn.
yes, Michelle, sorry, but your first is incorrect. You are in fact second, which means drum roll. Number 1 in the building. Best spot of the night
get it. Who is
is our
it?
boy.
Tell me.
Do you care now? The bro boy insider. He is not fucking around.
Do you
Dude.
remember? You remember the times where you
Michael Jackson? Remember the time. Sorry, I just didn't know where we're going with that.
Sing it. They love it when you sing. But remember the times when you were just teaching the broke boy how to spell Florida,
I
right?
do.
And where
I do
Texas
remember that.
was at the supermarket, right? It feels just like yesterday.
Mm,
He's come such a long way. Look, hello all.
mm.
Greetings to you.
What a
as well.
greeting.
Look at
That's
that.
fantastic.
That's wild.
Well,
Made him
Broke boy,
made his way to number 1.
you are in
The best
fact
spot.
number 1 of the night. Let's go ahead and update that banner before we get the show started because
Let's get it.
we will forget. So it's do you K now. God damn it, Broke boy. This is a long fucking name. All right. I mean, it's a great name, but Jesus.
He needs to change it to just do me.
Just do me. Oh shit. Broke boy insider. Just do me. I think that would work actually.
Right?
Page. Okay. Beautiful. Dunsies. He's is the special. You know who else is the special?
Oh,
Come on, man. Motherfucking Farrah Bazaar.
let's go.
What is up, my dude? You have made it. He
Good.
looks puzzled as if he's not, in fact, ready.
Hey, how's it going?
Sure.
I am ready. I just had audio issues.
What is up, brother, man? Thank you for being
good,
here, man.
Farrah?
Appreciate you,
Not
homie. How
much.
you doing?
Pretty good. I see Doodle has some type of super light now.
It is a soup. Listen, I just I did a lot of work, guys. Okay, I did a lot of work and did some
It's good.
arranging
Rearrange
and
it.
fixing.
Yes,
And yeah, as you see, Doodle has a new background.
I do.
Yeah.
That background was always to her left, and now it's behind her. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
that is where we are. So how you doing, buddy? Good?
Yeah, we're doing great.
Ready to slap a hoe?
The hoes are ponies. Let's go.
Yeah, of course. I mean, are they not, is that not known? I thought we were just assuming at this point that we're all on the same page.
Hey, I might have some new listeners. You know, we gotta make sure they know what type of environment they're walking into.
That makes sense. Thank you for clarifying, so that now we can feel
Yes.
clear on slapping these hoes. That being said, we do have.
Looks good, my love. Thank you, baby.
We do have the homie Do You K now, the Broke Boy Insider with $2 super chat just to say first chat.
First chat. Let's go.
God damn it, Broke Boy.
Let's go.
I gotta fix the banner now, but this is the thing. I'm gonna go ahead and just copy and paste that motherfucker because that is crazy. So we're gonna do that. Hit it with a little boom shakalaka. All right, first super chat. Bam. Money cash. Okay. There you go. All right. We do have the homie Maurice Branch in the building. Member for 16 months, man. Thank you so much, bro. Much appreciated, homie. Says, what up, Cash Money and Doodle? Just showing my support. Maurice, appreciate you, bro.
Thank you for watching out.
Absolutely.
Thank you for being a member for 16 months.
Ain't that dope? That's so sick. Appreciate you, man. And then, of course, we got our homie, our brother.
Let's go.
Motherfucking Spartan 661 starting us off with gifted 5 on point for gamer memberships, man. That's crazy to start so early, man. Thank you so much, bro.
Thank you, Spartan.
Y'all know what to do.
Tell me, baby.
Put a motherfucking welcome to the family emoji in the chat. Welcome our newest members, man. We appreciate each and every one of y'all. Let me see over here who are these members. So you have Devil Island, you got Bay, you got LeBurn 98, got Gentle Stone, and you got Clarence 007. Shout out to you guys. Thank y'all so much for rocking with us. And of course, our boy Spartan 661. You're the motherfucking man. Thank you so much. You know what that means. I gotta put you on the banner. It's happening right now. Get that banner fixed. Go here. Boom shakalaka. Memberships on that banner right there. Spartan. Ooh. 661. 5 gifted. You're the man, Spartan. Thank you so much, bro. Very
welcome, you guys. And Spartan, thank you so much. That's so dope.
Absolutely. Then you got our boy Do You K now the Broke Boy Insider back with $2 super chat says, and I remember teaching CMoney geography too. Listen.
Oh wow.
I never claimed to be a geologist.
Right?
I don't think that means the same thing though. You know what I'm saying? I'm not sure if that does, but
a place finder, right?
maybe that's a possibility. But I will say that I do appreciate the life lessons of learning where such places are. But to be clear, Floral, what you went to a Florida concert?
Yeah,
That's what you
that was
wrote. You know what I'm saying?
wild.
Just letting you know, just reminding
We had
you.
to teach him about music.
Yeah. Which is crazy because right next door there was a Flo Rida concert. There was, but he went to the Florida, concert.
I don't know.
So there's a Florida and a Flo Rida?
Well, some people think that if you capitalize the R in Florida, that it becomes Flo Rida. But he does in fact separate, the name.
Listen, we're here to teach.
Like normal people, but that's okay. Do you okay now? Bro boy says back with another 2 super chat says, you guys help me come up with that name. Don't bitch. I mean, it is true, and I think the name is for. I think I just gotta when I write it. I think I just gotta hit it with that Broke Boy Insider. You know what I'm saying? Like, do you okay now? The Broke Boy Insider is like the name, but like, maybe
and we were the founders, so
we were the founders. I mean, I appreciate you.
Help. Let us.
Yeah, we this is how we do it. This is how we say hi and thank you and bye and hello. All of it. All in the same way. And then we do have our homie, motherfucking Starkey Love in the building. My dude with that $5 super chat, man. Appreciate you, my brother. Good to see you. Great profile picture.
Yes.
Great profile picture. Says, makes too much sense. Next Xbox in 26 launching with Halo CE remake included for free. And it'll be called Xbox. No numbers, just Xbox. Hashtag Xbox XX5. Damn, that would be dope. That would be dope. Listen, there's another group that has adjusted their naming of their things, and that's Apple. Okay. Apple has now just straight up called their shit by the year of release, right? So now it's like iPad OS 25 and iPhone, whatever, OS 25, whatever their OS is. Point is that, or it's just iOS, I guess. The point is they did some name restructuring. Why not Xbox? Why not just say, you know what? Fuck all the noise around all the different versions. Xbox handheld. I don't know. I think you might be onto something. There's a good chance. But yes, it does make too much sense. And when we get into the topic, I think when you look at everything together, it kind of just makes sense. And it's not like if it doesn't happen, it's not the end of the world. But I just feel like sometimes you can like read the tea leaves? See that? No, I'm not a tea person. That don't work for me. See the signs, I guess. I don't know. Bro, don't question me. Why are you asking me so many questions, bro? I don't even know what's happening. Listen, I do agree that when you look at this, it just lines up. The stars align too close to make everything just perfect. Why fuck it up with, launching later? It's stupid. We're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about it.
So according, look at Cage criticizing your setup already.
Talking shit. Why? Doodle, you sound like you're in a tunnel, love. Oh, is it?
Wow.
I mean, that's. Oh, wait. No. Wait. Does it apply to both mics when I have it?
Oh boy.
Farrell, how does she sound?
She sounds, when she said, oh boy, she sounded, I could hear her, but I wasn't paying attention to the sound quality when she said that. But before, she was sounding good.
Put the mic a little closer to you, baby girl.
I did. I pulled it.
Okay.
You sound decent. Not as clear as you. Like, not as
clear as me.
Wow. CMoney trying to hold me down.
But she does sound good.
Interesting. Any better now?
Yeah.
So it got better now.
Setup.
Yeah.
Listen.
And move the mic closer again.
Yeah. Just move it as close as humanly possible. You know what I'm saying?
She sounds good. She doesn't sound bad.
Let's calm down.
You're like right on top of your mic, so you can kind of. That's probably where it makes the difference.
I feel like, I didn't hear anybody bitching about it.
No. Just Cage.
Cage started talking. So can we trust these words?
I mean, he is el vampiro borracho, so
Well, now I
just
kind of want to
saying.
hear it. So hold on.
Damn. Matt Clear. Wow.
Bro.
Wow. Again.
Come on. Come
Again.
on. All right, Cage.
Bottle down.
God damn it.
Come on,
See what happens when we entertain this shit for 3 seconds.
Yep, he's 76 though. It's his hearing. It's
He's
not
76.
Yeah,
That's why
he
he
is.
loves Fallout.
Yeah. Yeah.
Got it. Understood. Well,
So,
thank you for that interlude.
yeah, Cage.
Cage,
Thanks.
thank you so
Thanks
much for
so
that.
much. Thanks.
I do see the homie Simple Jack in the building.
Simple
What's
Jack
up,
was
man?
good.
Malcolm X Lax, what's going on, brother? Be Nice in the building.
Be Nice, what's up?
What is up, player? Game Shark, what is going on? Twinkle, twinkle, baby.
Twinkle, twinkle.
Got the homie, Coach of the Canuck, in the
What's
building.
up, Coach?
Thank you, my brother. Appreciate you. I see No Sir in the building. What's up, man?
No, sir, what's good?
Of course, we have the homie Jesse B. What's going on? I see JD in the building. What's up, man? Thank you for rocking out, bro. Appreciate you, homie. Amit Kumar, what's going on, player? Thank you for rocking out. Outward Lyric in the building. What's going on, my brother? Sardinas, what's up, man? Appreciate you. Ryu Art, what is going on, man? Says CMoney wants to move to California now.
Wow, see,
I really don't. But we did go to California and we went to Disneyland in California. And Man wanted this shirt, so I said I'm gonna get one too to match my boy.
Blame it on Man.
That was we were twinning out there, bro. We were twinning out there. But yeah, so yeah,
wow.
Rock it.
So the question that the whole chat is probably asking themselves, probably like, because I've been just wondering this whole time, how were you like on the plane and you were how was that landing? How can you be inside of the plane and then
Are you suggesting that the plane landed on my forehead? That would be crazy. Wow.
No. Just asking for the chat.
That's real wild.
She said there's enough runway.
Farrell is so dumbfounded. He doesn't even know what to say.
Figured it out today, though. This has been killing me for days. This has been killing me for
Betrayal. Amit Kumar says it. Betrayal.
Oh, I figured it out.
Wow.
Your boy Farrell was like,
hey,
I'm just my forehead on the line.
At this point, I'm just waiting for the image to pop up of, you know,
no thanks.
757 landing on CMoney's
forehead. We don't need no images like that. I'm gonna put a double tape on my head. This is gonna be the whole show. What's up, everybody? Y'all wildin'. That was, man. Wow. The closest ones, huh? The closest ones. Wow.
Just joking, you see.
Yeah. I can feel that 100%. I feel that it's a joke. Wow. I see Mr. Money in the building. What's going on, man? James Kofi in the building. What's going on, fam? Thanks for being here. Appreciate you, homie. Eastside Vandal. What's going on, fam? Boss Red 77. What's going on? Player.
Damn, my mic sounds weird.
Your mic sounds weird. no, it doesn't sound weird. It just sounds different.
Okay, yeah, that's Matt Clear. You got it. Y'all be wildin'.
It's just different. All right, different setup. I'll see. I'll play around with it another time. But she's there. You guys can hear. Don't be cray. Becca in the building.
Becca, what's good?
What's going on, fam? Appreciate you. Zach Riley, first as always. Appreciate you, fam. Oh. Okay. Sorry. Moggs E in the building. What's up, man? Oh, shit. Six Slayer. What is up, player?
What's up, fam?
Thank you for being here, man. It's been a minute, bro. For sure. Thank you for rocking. Thank you for coming through. Appreciate you.
Thank you for rocking out.
Absolutely. I see Ren in the building. What's up, man? Thank you so much. Where am I? Trey Bone 408, what's going on, man? Thank you for rocking out with us, fam. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Eastside caught my geology versus geography conversation. I said I never claimed to be a geologist,
Yes,
but obviously that's for geology. So clearly it's a geographist. You know what I'm saying? I never claimed to be a geographist. Does that sound right? I feel like that sounds right, but I'm possibly also making it up. I'm just saying. It's, that was just a jokes.
You
Just so
just
you know.
out there trying to put challenges to make sure everybody,
Listen, I'm keeping everybody on their toes. You know what I'm saying? If nobody questions me, then I know, oh, geographer. Geographer.
Yeah, I wasn't sure on that one, so I just let it ride.
All right. My bad. Oh my God.
Yeah, a geographer is not a type of science.
Isn't a geographer one who geographies?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think it's considered a science.
Geography has to be a science. Well, maybe it's not. Maybe it's just riding on the back of geology. You know what I'm saying? Just be like, yo, people will just assume we're similar because of the name. I don't know why. Listen, I don't know what happens here. I blame Broke Boy talking about geography already. If only he could spell Flo Rida, none of this would have happened.
None, ever.
You know what I'm saying? I see Jonas the Dad in the building. What's up, fam? Thank you for being here, man. Appreciate you, homie.
Oh, geography is considered a science. Okay.
Ooh! Mic drop.
Listen.
Where is it?
You don't claim it, but you are, babe. You don't claim it.
I do feel like a geographer now.
Just saying. That's just you being modest.
I just feel like that's the way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I do see the homie. Do you K now the Bro Boy inside with that $2 super chat? My dude, thank you, my brother. Appreciate you, homie. Says the next Xbox should be Xbox 6. Screw with PlayStation. That would be funny. Actually, that would be. Hold on, Xbox. Hold on, wait. I think we can make it work. Xbox 360. One. Yes.
It would be
Series,
funny.
Xbox Series S. Xbox Series S was number 6.
Yeah, we can go into numbers though.
I mean, they've done numbers, but
not like that.
They have to do something.
We can't go into their space. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe just write the word as a number. You know what I'm saying? So instead of the number 6, it's just the word 6, like SIX. No. Okay. Well, you know what? I tried. I never claimed to be a namer of things. Okay, I'm clearly a geographer.
We are though.
Geography is the way.
You know what I'm saying?
For sure. Where am I? Where did we go? Okay, sorry. Dun 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 dun. Find my spot. Gotta find my spot. APIMB, what's going on, fam? Thank you for being here. Ray Oid. Ooh. Xbox Core X. Interesting. Do you think? All right, let's stop here for a second.
Okay.
Because remember now, part of Xbox's official canon is the Xbox Ally and the Xbox Ally X. Do we think that there's I think they're giving you a blueprint that they're still going to keep the 2 SKU situation, right? With the 1X, Series X, Ally X. I think they're gonna do something with X. I don't think X leaves. Do you think Series goes away and is replaced by a different? I mean, Core is not bad. Xbox Core X. No, maybe.
No, it doesn't.
See, naming is not easy.
It doesn't just roll out, but I get the symbolic meaning of Core, right? Because we're thinking Gears, Forza, Halo, right? We're coming back in. So.
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
Amit Kumar has a good point. Can you click on that one at the end?
Hold on. Oh, Web Dave in the building. What's good?
Oh, Web Dave, what's up, fam? Amit Kumar says it should just be called Xbox because OEMs will do their own Xboxes with other names attached to it, like Xbox Ally or Xbox Legion.
Xbox Station.
Xbox Station. Oh my God. Yo, if somebody makes one, it just calls it the Xbox Station. That would be hilarious. Yeah, I mean, I think I don't know. That's a good.
Oh, okay. I'm
What?
digging this one over here. Okay. Rachie, what's good? Xbox Next.
Oh,
The next phase.
the Xbox
see?
Next.
I'm digging that.
The Xbox Next box. The Xbox Next. But there has to be two. They're definitely gonna do two. I don't think they're dropping it. We heard some rumors, PlayStation doing the same shit. Obviously copying Xbox as they do. Interesting. That sounds dope. So what do we have? We have Xbox Core, we have Xbox Next, we have just Xbox. Do we have a fourth one? I'll throw a poll up real quick to see what
Oh, okay. Let's
Oh, I see.
what happened?
Well,
What happened?
I guess we got our fourth guest in here. We got our boy Dark Angelic in the building, my dude. Thank you for that $2 super chat. Says Xbox Triple X.
Oh,
So ponies will think it has Pornhub.
they'll walk right in.
Oh my god. All right. Next Xbox name.
That's how you
Okay.
sell them.
All right, so core slash
Oh,
I saw that one too.
okay. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, the Xbox and
Dental
Xbox
Stone.
Go.
Yes. Oh man, I'm
Xbox.
kind of digging this.
Well, you're already kind of thinking Xbox, but Xbox Go might be dope.
Because for the handheld.
What was the other one that we got?
Wait.
Xbox and Xbox Go, Xbox Core. Oh, Xbox Triple X. I gotta hit.
Xbox Next.
Oh, Xbox Next. All right, Xbox Next and Next Plus. I feel like if you do Next, you end up with Plus.
I see James
or
over
Pro
here.
Plus or Pro Plus. Xbox Fusion.
I don't know what Next. Fusion might be possible. I think they're gonna go with a name that symbolizes the unification of everything.
Well, that was the Xbox One.
Yeah, I think they're gonna go for it again. I think they'll go for it again.
All right, so the Fusion and the Fusion X, maybe. All right.
Because Fusion would be like PC hybrid.
I feel like the thing about this one is that they can kind of go wild with a name that they don't have to think of a sequel to, because I feel like after this one, it's gonna be like a whole bunch of people making them, and whenever they show up with one, they're never going to have to do like we made this name, we made the Nexus, so we have to change it to like something that keeps in line with that, because there will be so many Xboxes already released at that point that whatever name their next one wouldn't even matter.
The next Xbox might be the end of traditional generations.
Exactly. I don't think it'll be a generation. I think Xbox, just like when they make laptops or anything else, they eventually come out with another one. And I think maybe that's where they could start their numbering. So like, if let's say, we have this poll up, we'll see which one works, but let's say Xbox Fusion is the one.
Okay.
And then in 5, 6, 7 years, they decide, all right, let's go ahead and throw our hat back in the ring, even though everybody else is making Xboxes, and we'll do like the Xbox Fusion 2.
Okay.
Right? Yeah. To kind of keep
like Nintendo Switch 2.
Yeah, like whatever they're doing now.
Sticks,
exactly.
Kind of grab onto it.
Yeah, so you'll always know which is the one that Microsoft made. You know what I'm saying? The one that's the official Xbox console handheld versus what other people
the reference hardware. In this case, it would be the reference hardware.
Say it again. I can't hear you.
It would end up being like the reference hardware, like the
exactly, like Nvidia,
like a Founders Edition.
Founders Edition.
Yeah.
Xbox Founders Edition.
Oh,
Maybe
okay.
just steal it. You know what I'm saying? Just say fuck it. We can do it too. All right. All right. We got that poll rocking. Let's see. Let's see what wins. Let's see what wins. Um, we do have our homie motherfucking RC Polygons in the
RC, what's
building
up?
with that $10 super chat. I do have to update the banner. I feel actually bad because I realized that I didn't update the banner when our boy Starkey Love did it. So I'm gonna put Starkey Love and RC Polygon for a while, and then take Starkey off later. But I want to give him his time
Let's go.
because
Like that.
that was fucked up of me. So
Yeah.
I apologize. So RC Polygons, the homie. Thank you, my brother, again for that $10 super chat. Appreciate you. It says
Thank you.
another rumored layoff, another round of people saying Xbox is dead. Xbox stepped on a rake from people who just freak out from rumors rather than waiting for conference. It's just tiring from these fakes. Let me tell you something. We're definitely going to talk about this. That's the next topic after after the first topic, that'll be this follow-up topic. Because I haven't. I'm so frustrated by the people who keep going with this shit. At what point do we not fucking realize that Xbox is not in business to have people on their payroll? They're in business to do what they need to do. And if you are on my payroll and you are worthy of being on my payroll because I need you and you're bringing something of value to me, then I will keep you on my payroll. If I can do without you, then you weren't that valuable, right? And I'm not saying people should get fired, but I'm saying, like, bro, this is just business. Stop talking. Don't talk to Xbox like you know they didn't step on a motherfucker, right? They're not here to appease the Twitter fucking people and the YouTube people by saying I'll keep these people on my payroll for the fuck of life. What are you, fucking cracked? Sorry, baby.
I'm the one who cut you off, but how can you even freaking say that right now? That they stepped on a rake? What is that? Like, how does
fucking banger after banger, handheld, next gen confirmations, giving us everything we could ever want. Well, they stepped on the rake, guys. Look at them stepping on rakes. They were having everybody so happy, but they have to go ahead, take care of their business, and let go of some people, if it's even true, because it's a rumor. But they're gonna do that, and now it's ruined. Now I hate Xbox again. Oh,
yeah, I mean,
shut the fuck up. Shut up. Shut up. Stop it. Stop it. Just shh. 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 Shut your fucking face. Okay? Shut up. That's stupid. We're going to talk about it. But I had to get it off my chest right there because, goddamn, you triggered me. Right? I've been triggered, RC Polygon. Okay? We're going to get into it for sure. But these clowns, bro, with their fucking bullshit is crazy. Our homie Simple Jack in the building. Thank you, my brother, for being here, man. Thank you for the $5 super chat. Says, to be honest, the layoffs are to be expected. Hardware team and regional marketing divisions will probably be hit hard by the wave of layoffs. Look, that's possibility. Again, this is all rumor, right? So we don't know if it's true or not. But even if it's true, I promise you, there's no fucking justification for you lashing out on Twitter, lashing out in a YouTube video, because you are not the god of jobs. You don't fucking speak for these people. You don't advocate for these people. You are no one. You are no one and nobody to these people. Talking shit about that is crazy. Now, in a world where you look at a company like Sony and they went ahead and they announced that they're letting people go. Well, if I use my, ability to deduce the situation and look at everything and be like, no games, no roadmap, games of service is the focus. Man, this is bad news for Sony and PlayStation if they have to let a bunch of people go. Xbox, the company that just had that banger showcase, the one that is investing in Xbox Play Anywhere for all these games, The one that's releasing another like 7 first-party games to finish this year? The one that just announced that, hey, next gen is not only coming, but is probably coming sooner than we think. And they are in trouble. The almost $4 trillion beast is in trouble. They have over 100,000 employees. How can 1,000 go ahead and put them in some light that they're in trouble? See, you guys, it's these you guys bring it up for the topic, and I'm going, listen, let's chill. I went too far.
Just jump right in. Let's just jump right in. Big boy Mike.
Well, we gotta hit the other one first.
Let's go.
All right. We're gonna be hopping in. I see Web Dave. Thank you, brother. I see Stanley Francois.
Let's go.
In the building. What's going on, my brother? Thank you for being here, man. Appreciate you.
Oh, you got to go to Game Shark.
Dova 360. Go ahead, hit it, baby. You got
Let's
the power.
go.
You got the power.
I know. I don't want to cut you off.
Game Shark with that $5 super chat. My brother, twinkle, twinkle, baby.
Twinkle, twinkle.
Says, nobody cried for me when I was laid off in the past. Know what I did? I got another fucking job. Facts. Like, what do you think this is, bro? Like, go ahead and announce on Twitter that you just got let go and see how many hundreds of thousands and million people are going to come and be like, yo, how dare you fire this person? I don't know their qualifications and don't know if they were good at their job, but how dare you fire them? Come on, man.
No one's going to do that.
Let's stop.
No one's going to do that.
Let's stop. That's some baby ass bullshit. We got another one. Can you hit that one, baby?
Hold on. RC Polygons.
RC Polygons with that $5 super chat, man. Appreciate you, homie. Says Broomstick XL is the one that says Xbox stepped on a rake and gets upset with Xbox for releasing people because it hurts their momentum. I mean, listen, Boom is gonna do what he's gonna do. He's gonna feel what he's gonna feel. And I mean, that's kind of just is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has, their right to feel this stuff, and you can go ahead and do what you got to do, especially if like we know you. But it's the bad faith people that really get me going. You know what I'm saying? I don't think Boom is doing something in bad faith. I think he's just feeling what he's feeling. Yeah. But like it's these other people who are doing it to throw a wrench in it, right? And honestly, I think he's linking that together, right? When I look at the idea that he's saying it hurts their momentum, it's not because firing people is a bad thing. It's because he knows that people are going to bitch and moan and cry and try to spin it in a negative way, like the world is ending. So, but there's a lot of people out there who are having all types of crazy takes on it. And again, we're going to talk about it because, everybody has their right to speak, and we will as well, because they're on some crazy shit, man.
Babe.
Yes.
Check your phone.
My phone. Hold on. What's this? Wow.
Wow. Wow.
Damn you.
Wow.
Pharaoh.
What I do?
You spoke. Look at what you did. Look at this shit. Look at this shit. Look at this shit. Now people are landing fucking airplanes on my forehead. That's on Twitter, bro. That's not even by itself in Discord. They took this shit public. Look what you did. God damn it. How dare you? How dare you?
Man, you got all that geography.
Wow.
God.
That's wild.
That's real fucked up. That's real fucked up. Wow. Okay, we're just gonna keep moving. Okay, because the abuse is real. I see Mr. Teddy Keys in the building. What's up, man? Thank you for being here, bro. Appreciate you. Says Xbox VR in the house.
Oh,
yeah, we talked about it on the last show that it was leaked ahead of time, and now it's really real, and they showed it. And if it was the 3, I would have been real tempted. But the 3S, I mean, it's a good price for what you're getting with it.
It is.
But nah, I'm good with my 3. I'm all right. I would have found a reason to if it was a 3, but it can't like downgrade in hardware They should have did a fucking X version of that shit.
They downgrade the hardware, but they give you an elite strap, and it's like
I get trying to make you feel better. Ooh. Ooh. Wow! No, betrayal! Wow! Holy shit! That's real crazy. That's real. Look at him doing it in silence. He ain't saying shit because he know I ain't reading this stuff.
I didn't want to cut you off, you know.
He didn't want to cut you off. That's real wild.
Damn, that was
That's
cold.
real
That was brutal.
That's real fucked up.
But do it.
God damn it. Look at the trail. Ray McDougal in the building. What's up, man? Thank you for being here, bro. Simple Jack says need to rename the show to Night Roast, hosted by Doodle.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
This one will be hosted by Doodle and Farrell, apparently. Fuck is happening here? God damn it. That's fucked
Thank
up.
you, Simple Jack.
By the way, Xbox Go is still winning.
It's on the lead.
It is in the lead.
Oh, damn.
So we'll see. I mean, it's pretty split, but that one and Fusion are the ones that are ahead, and that one's winning by a good margin. So let's see. I'm gonna let it rock. And we'll see by the end of the show where it comes in at. Okay, I see. I said Doba 360, right? I said Traybone 408. I said Ray McDougal in the building. Thank you for being here, guys. Appreciate you. We already saw Dark and Jelly. That's right. Power Boss in the building. What's up, man? Thank you for being here. Syrup 2. What's up, bro? Says already pre-ordered the Outer Worlds 2 Premium Edition. Fire. That's just gonna be so good, man. That's just gonna be so good. Max City Entertainment. What's going on, man? Appreciate you, my brother. Thank you so much. Pragmatic Ego in the house with a public service announcement. Says hit that motherfucking like button. Yes, do it.
Yes, share the link if you can.
Hit the button. It's the only way. It's the only way. Thank you. I see Razor Ultron in the building. What's up, man? Thank you for rocking out with us, bro. Appreciate you, homie. Let me make sure there's nobody else before we get popping. We're gonna get popping real soon. Just want to double check. Sir Riffs a lot in the building. What's going on, man? Thank you for rocking out. I'm the Crow. What's going on, player? Appreciate you. Il Ray Tito. What's up, man? Oh, he said Xbox Elite or Xbox Yeti. Well, Xbox Elite is the controller, right? Am I correct? And then they do an Xbox Elite already, the 360, right? Well, maybe it's a 360 Elite. That's a possibility. Michelle Alexandria, what's up, homie? Says, here we go again. Suddenly, everyone cares about layoffs, and Xbox is the only company in the industry to do them. And oh, more, they close Tango. Wow. Facts. This is just clown work. But again, we'll get into it. Fillmore Pockets in the building.
Fillmore, what's good?
What's up, man? Thank you for being here, bro. Our brother, our homie, Big Boy Mike in the building. Thank you, my dude. Appreciate you for being here, man. Good to see you, player. Good to see you. Okay. I think I got almost everybody. Erican in the building. What's up, man? Thank you for being here, bro.
Good.
Corey No for life. What's up, man? Thank you for rocking out, bro.
Corey.
Appreciate you. All right. Mo Mac 22 TH54. Oh, he says, CMoney, how about finally giving us the Xbox 720? I mean, that would be dope. It'd be like the sequel to the 360, right? I think that would work. I think that would be dope. And I see Verg Base Brizzle in the building. What's up, man? Thank you for rocking out. All right. It's fucking go time. Oh, I don't have my book. Hold on. There we go. Book in hand. Let me find it. Dun, 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 dun. What is that? Oh no. Okay.
I got you right. You are
What do you say?
Runway CMoney to put it on Discord.
That's not cool.
No, that's not right.
That
Damn.
is not cool.
Man, that's rough.
Did you see everybody glazing Death Stranding 2? The graphics?
Why?
People are saying it is like the greatest like thing ever, like in the history of life and shit. And number one, Hellblade 2 looks better for sure, 100%. And all they do is when they talk about it, they just show pictures of mountain ranges. And it's like, fam, is that the parameter? Like, is that you saying, oh, look at those mountains? That must be next gen. It's like, okay, cool. They show pictures of the actors, and maybe we'll talk about it if we have time. But they show pictures of the actors, and it's like, okay, cool. Why don't you zoom into the character during gameplay and let me know how that looks? You know what I'm saying? Let me know how that maybe outside of CGI or the cutscenes, not CGI, but their cutscenes, right? How about you show me how that looks?
Yeah.
Funny. No close-ups of in-game. Only of the cutscenes. Or I'm assuming like photo mode or whatever, which amplifies everything.
Doba360 says they like the geography, CMoney.
They like the geography. That
Developers.
checks out. That checks out 100%. There. Probably should just click the different button. So far. That one more. Excuse me.
Take your time, C.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm here. Okay, wait. Let me just make sure. See. All right. This one. What's today? 24th. Okay. Yep. That's the same shit. That's fine. All right, I have it here. Chill out. Relax. Don't be aggressive. Okay. This one. There we go. Bam. Okay. Let me get my chapter ready. Chapter 1 in this bitch. And down. Okay. There we go. Money. All right. So, share here. All right. Chapter 1. All right. You see the title of the show. It says future of next gen Xbox is here today. PlayStation first party games are on Xbox PC. And it's not just those games, there's a whole bunch of others, but understand this is a huge piece of news that came out today, and there's a huge step for Xbox, a huge step for Microsoft and what they ultimately want to have happen. And we've had a lot of discussions on this show about, you know, what they're doing with the next Xbox, right? Bringing all your storefronts to the next Xbox so that you can have Steam and Epic Games, and if you so chose to, you can purchase and play any of the first party PlayStation games that are there. So kind of eliminating this wall that used to exist.
Mhm.
And when I say eliminating, I mean like forcefully, right? Like this is Phil and the squad dropping a bomb on PlayStation's plans, right? Or feeding right into it if you think about it other ways, because we have talked about PlayStation loving this idea of being able to have their PlayStation games available on Xbox without having to, you know, put a post out there saying, "Hey, we're putting our games on Xbox," right?
Well, the issue that they eliminate is coming back and saying it sold this many copies, right? Feeling like they have to kind of answer, or like people are watching, trying to see how people are responding to these games. To invest and potentially have, to port these games and potentially have the issue that they're having on their own platform where people are not responding to the audiences, they're not responding to their games. That could be an issue. So for them, this is best case scenario. For the developers, not so much. You know,
Agreed.
this is a nightmare.
Agreed. Yeah, I mean, it's crazy, but it really is for them. Like, they're really tormented by this.
Of
They
course,
they
I
really don't know
can't
what to do.
imagine them celebrating this or being okay with this, considering the celebrations that they had over just, some Xbox games going on their platform,
And they keep saying
claiming
all.
victory. Yes,
Bro,
they
they
keep saying
keep
all,
saying
for
all,
sure,
which is
for sure.
crazy
Which
town.
technically we have access to all of their games now,
And
right?
there's 3 that came out this year that aren't on the other platform.
But they can't count, and clearly they don't know what the word all means.
Yeah.
So that
Yeah,
it makes sense. It checks out. Before we go further, I just noticed we got a boy Dark
can
and
tell,
Jelly with
like,
that $2 super chat, man.
what's up,
Appreciate you.
love?
When he says the
Thank
Xbox
you.
Lion Jim Ryan edition to troll the ponies. I like that. That's a good name. That's a good name. So far, Xbox and Xbox Go are still winning in the poll. But yeah, so we know how much damage is happening, but what just took place was, and this is what I feel like they've been doing. Like, Sarah Bond came out the other day and like just doubled down on what next gen is, and like, hey, this is happening. We're working on it. We're working with our partners. We're going to be making multiple devices. Like, crazy amount of information came out, right? And now it looks like they're just going in full motion, right? We know the handheld is coming out this year. I know we're getting at least a couple, maybe 3, who knows? But like, that's happening this year, and that is the first step of the plan, right? Of Xbox's plan, of the Microsoft plan to just infiltrate everywhere, right? They want to be everywhere, and they want everything available to its players, basically promoting us to like the elite gamers of the world. I mean, if you really think about it, there's no other company who's providing its fan base with a better way of gaming, right? It's just what it is. So the Xbox Ally is going to kind of bring that all in. And we were wondering, because we had noticed that, they're going to be, doing this update as well to like PCs, right? Where you could like turn your existing PC into essentially, an Xbox, right? And believe it or not, they have officially done it. They've taken that first step. It is available to people in that particular insider ring, but I will bring this up right now. This is from Charlie Intel puts out here, Xbox is starting to aggregate your gaming library on the Xbox PC app. The Xbox PC app will soon be able to show you the games you own across Xbox PC, Battle.net, Steam, and more directly in one app. Okay, that's happening. Everything is there. And then, of course, you have games that are only available on PC that are now going to be and only available in other stores, meaning like there's games that are only on Steam, there's games that are only on Epic and stuff like that that are not on the Windows PC app, right? On Xbox's PC app. Now that's a thing of the past, right? Now you just log into your Xbox PC app and all of a sudden you have access to everything, right? And all your games, at your fingertips right there. You don't have to go crazy. It's there. I For some reason I thought I clicked on the official one from Xbox.
Yeah.
But this was Charlie. I mean, he pretty much sums it up. We if you just look at the official, it just kind of says very similar. Right here. Let me go here. So this is letting us know that they got that June update for Xbox going. You got Copilot for Gaming's available on mobile testing. Then you got the aggregated gaming library and more. So, I'm sure you guys remember that Copilot for Gaming beta. That's on preview on the mobile devices, but this is what we're looking at here. So, aggregated gaming library. They say officially starting this week, Xbox insiders can preview the new aggregated gaming library in the Xbox PC app for Windows and handheld devices. This holiday, the feature will be available on the ROG Xbox Ally and ROG Xbox Ally X. Says with the aggregated gaming library, players can conveniently launch games from Xbox Game Pass, Battle.net, and other leading PC storefronts from a single library within the Xbox PC app. Whether you're on a Windows PC or a handheld device, your Xbox library, hundreds of Game Pass titles, and your installed games from leading PC storefronts will always be at your fingertips. We'll continue rolling out support for additional PC storefronts over time. That is, man, that is so dope, bro. That is so dope. That's literally taking what the future of Xbox is and putting it into preview right now for us. Right? That's essentially what this is, right? Like
Yeah.
we're all pumped for the Xbox ROG, the Xbox Ally X and the Xbox Ally. What we're seeing now is what's going to be on that handheld, right? So they're not even waiting, right? They're like, no, let's just do it now. What are you guys' thoughts on this? I know there's a lot of sad ponies out there right now, not taking this well. Knowing that because of this update, you can now play PlayStation games directly from the Xbox PC app, which in turn shows you that this is exactly what they're doing for their future console, right?
They should be hoping that people will show up and buy these games and maybe, kind of help out the situation that PlayStation has going on. Maybe they will drop those gas games and kind of, shift a bit. I don't think they have that mentality, so I think any money that comes in will kind of be wasted. But for those hoping that they would kind of, come back to what they used to be, this is a bit of hope. It should symbolize hope for them. Um, but for Xbox, I think this is a great way to kind of like just set everything up, test things out. It's not just like a shutting people up type of situation. There's been a lot of back and forth conversation out there about, what this is going to mean and are PlayStation games really going to be on the Xbox, platform? Are they going to have access to these games? And this is kind of just a way to answer the questions and shut people up, but also a way to test things out, make sure everything, anything they have to like tweak or anything that they have to go back and work on, they can do so before they go ahead and drop that handheld. This is kind of like testing and making sure that they won't drop the ball when it comes to this, potentially, not have to say, okay, well, hold up, we're going to work on it and fix it. So hopefully any hiccups that may pop in, they will deal with now, rather than when, the handheld actually releases. So I think this is a freaking a W. They're not waiting for us to kind of like test it out and see what's what and kind of getting to experience that. That's going to be amazing, not having to wait. But
Agreed.
for the gallopers, this is not so good. This is going to be, considering the fact that they thought Xbox was dead. They've been saying this for so long, but every time they bring it up, when the games are going to their platform, some of the games were going to their platform. Again, they don't seem to understand what all means, right? So when these games were dropped on their platform, they seem to have thought that potentially Xbox was dead, that was them waving the white flag, that PlayStation had won. Now that was voluntarily done. This was taken from PlayStation, regardless of whether they are going to benefit from it or not, whether they're okay with this happening or not. This was a I don't have a choice. This is what Xbox is doing to me type of situation, right? Um, which it has to be very crazy considering the moves that Xbox has been taking to put games on your platform that you don't have to okay. That's one thing. Then they go ahead and they break those walls that PlayStation has worked so hard for to go ahead and money hat these games, make sure that, you know, they build these walls so that the developers can feel vulnerable and need to come to them, right? They lock them in, right? We have these boxes out. You can come to us, be safe. Now, anybody who wants these games has to come to our platform. That is being taken away, right? So everything they've built is just been stripped down from them in a second. I would be terrified if I were them because who knows what Xbox is cooking next, right? This is not a one hit thing, right? Kapow, we got you. No, this is a beat down that we're watching take place. So I would be very concerned, and we've been saying that PlayStation themselves don't have their shit together under these attacks. What is this going to mean for the PlayStation brand, right? Which is what these gallopers are so attached to, what they seem to love so much. I mean, your box is there, and now you're getting quality games. What is there to bitch about or to be a dick about?
Yeah.
Agreed.
Um,
So,
yeah, I think this aggregated gaming library is a massive step forward because what we're seeing with this MetaQuest and with this handheld and with everything that they're doing, whether it be Fire Sticks or TV, is that they are making sure that when you game, the experience that the common consumer is going to think about is Xbox. So it's going to be a unified store, whether you buy it on Steam or not. You're going to be used to loading up and launching in the Xbox environment. They still got a ways to go to get it to where it's the preferred experience, but they're taking those steps and they're getting there faster than what people thought they would. And once they get there and they bring it over to the console place too, you know, customers aren't going to care what store they buy the game they want to play from. So if they buy Spider-Man on Epic or they buy it on Steam, it won't matter. If as long as and they'll be playing it in the Xbox through the Xbox application. They won't know that the Epic launcher is the one that Xbox is pulling from. They won't know that the Steam launcher is the one, unless you're, you know, a hardcore PC person. But most of these people that's going to be diving into this world are not these hardcore people who care about, you know, what exact launcher they're using. So, I mean, this is going to be a very big win because we're looking at a world where everyone just associates their gaming experience with Xbox in the future.
agreed. I mean, this is a. I mean, honestly, this is a huge thing, right? This is them putting all the pieces on the board, right? Like they are moving into position. They're putting everything out now. I mean, honestly, I did not expect to see anything from this until the handheld.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I thought the
Mhm.
handheld was going to be the first swing, and then after that, because actually they said it right. Like I think it was Jason Ronald or somebody was like, after this, we'll put it on, you know, other devices, and they basically said, you know what? Fuck it. You know what I'm saying?
But this
Fuck it.
is what makes sense for them to do, though, you know? And, you know, the funny thing is for these clowns out there that, you know, were selling their Xboxes because now they can go ahead and get a PlayStation, and over there they can have PlayStation exclusive games and they can have Xbox games too, right? I mean, how they turn those tables. Come over here, get Game Pass and access to PlayStation game, which is a lot cheaper, right? A lot less games coming in from that circus.
Yeah.
Agreed. Agreed 100%. Yeah, that's a honestly, that's a huge move. You start it now. You iron out any of the kinks, right? Anything that needs to get worked on. You see how people are using it, and then you can, adjust and move with grace the way you want to, right? You want to launch. I mean, again, like we were kind of talking about this, where like the Xbox Ally is almost like the beta for the official Xbox handheld, and like is now they're even showing you that they're looking at the ROG Ally, the Xbox Ally X. They're looking at that and like, okay, we want to go into that swinging the right way as well, right?
Absolutely.
Like
Yeah.
they're starting it now on PC.
It gives us a little taste, right? For those on the fence wondering if they
does.
should go ahead and get the handheld. It's like, okay, well, here's a little taste of what you're going to get in there too. For those gallopers out there, I don't know if you recall, see, but we played a video of them saying how is this different from the last ROG Ally? It's nothing special, right?
Mhm.
So I think it feeds our end of the setup, right?
Facts.
Instead of their bullshit.
Agreed. Now I do see we got the homie Queen Witch in the building. Thank you for being here.
You're
Thank you, a member for
beautiful.
3 months.
Thank you
Appreciate you,
so
homie.
much.
Says Dark Angelic needs the Xbox Ally so he doesn't have to take his mini ITX with traveling. Absolutely, absolutely right. Like this handheld is going to change so much in just how you're able to interact with Xbox in your games,
Yeah.
right? Because like, again, this is the shit that's going to be difficult for them to understand and what they don't grasp, right? Xbox is going to move it's literally going to move itself from being this isolated entity where it's like, oh, that's an Xbox and that's Xbox's world. Where now they're literally taking they're taking all the other gaming outlets out there that have a brand, that have recognition, right? And taking them and sliding them underneath Xbox. You know how Jeff Keighley has the Game Awards show,
Yes.
right? But he made Summer Games Fest, and like I don't know if he does it so much now, but if you remember, there was a time where every event, if anything happened in the summer, right? If anything happened in the summer, he would put a tweet out from the Summer Games Fest and announce it as if it was part of Summer Games Fest, right? Like no communication between the two entities, and they're like, "Oh, you did something in the summer? Well, this is a Summer Games Fest and like situation, right?"
Yeah.
And it worked, right? Look at where Summer Games Fest is now, right? It's 10 years on, and it's like huge, right? I think what people don't realize is Xbox is moving away from you thinking of the name Xbox as a specific box that you have to buy, and if you don't own that box, you have nothing to do with Xbox, to if you play on Steam, you're part of Xbox ecosystem depending on where you do it. If you're playing on an Xbox PC, I mean, think about it. Everybody who's playing on Steam plays on Windows, right? Now,
Yes.
everybody who has PCs, typically, if they have Steam, they might not use Epic Games to like buy shit, but they might use Epic to get those free games, right? They might dabble with games from Windows from the Xbox app, right? Having one place to conveniently hold everything and have it supported by an official entity, right? Not just some independent place that's like, oh, let me create this way of making them all work together, right? This is going to be Xbox. Xbox already has integration with Steam and all these other people, right? So they're going to go ahead and have an official way of doing this. And over time, Xbox will move away from just being the gaming console box to the ecosystem that it is, and it's going to just tie gaming underneath it, like
Yeah,
just all
it
of
will
gaming.
be the umbrella of gaming. And I guess for those that didn't think they knew how to, right? I guess Xbox learned how to market because this is
Mm,
brand recognition, right? You're everywhere, you're a part of everything. So you're not just a box, which is what PlayStation has worked so hard to do, to just stay in that box. The fact that, again, they're not playing the same games, and they said, let's go ahead and get out of that mess. Let's stop trying to match PlayStation. It's funny because that's what everyone was screaming for, right? I guess a lot of people felt that if they do what PlayStation does, then, they become what? A copy of it? Right? So they made their own path, they made their own way. And it's crazy how much they've done ever since they kind of released themselves from that shadow. They were never going to get out of there. So this is the way that it had to be done. But for them to want to be a part of everything and make that, you bring in the Xbox game name to everything out there, it's a big deal. And when you think that, they're going to go ahead and leave that behind, the Xbox name, right? And they're going to leave the console behind, it should be reassuring that they want to call everything an Xbox, right? It's just ways to play. I also want to comment on Queen Witch. I love how she switched it from a want, right, to a need. I think that for any Xbox fan and any gamer out there that wants to, have the ability to go ahead and feel like they have an Xbox in there with them at all times, this is a need, right? It's not just a want.
100%. 100%. I think that's the biggest thing. Like, I look at this and I know for sure, like 100%,
You need to have it.
it has to happen.
Yeah.
Like, there's no doubt in my mind. This might as well be the next Xbox. Like, as far as my desire to purchase this thing.
Well, it's an extension of it, which is freaking amazing that they're thinking of all of it. Yes, it means a lot when it comes to their pocket, especially once this all starts ramping up, right? And more people, because a lot of people don't know, they just know PlayStation, right? So as their name continues to be out there, and even if it's not someone that doesn't know the name, seeing it everywhere on so much, even if they didn't think that they would like it or that it was as powerful as PlayStation, once you start seeing all of this out there, you're like, okay, well, what's happening here, right? How come they have so much?
Yeah. Agreed. Go ahead, bro. You gonna say something?
No, I was just agreeing with Doodle. I mean, like, it's just crazy to see, the steps Xbox is taking and where everything's going. I mean, we're looking at this unified ecosystem, and it's going to get to a point where it's just kind of like, why do I go elsewhere? Like, what is PlayStation going to offer me? Like, they don't have the type of infrastructure to do what.
Why would you stand outside the club?
Yeah, like, they're only making one. They went from, we want to make one game from making 2 games a year to only making 1 game a year. The gas thing isn't quite working for them, to say the least. And I mean, Ghost of Yote is going to come out to PC 6 months to a year later. Like, we're getting a faster and faster turnaround. It's just, Xbox, whether it's the console or whether it's the PC environment, they have a way to get you into their ecosystem now, and where it makes sense for you. Like, why am I going to go elsewhere when I can play these games, all of them in one place?
Agreed. I mean, at a certain point, it just, you start looking at it and it's like, well, this only makes sense, right? Like, there's no kind of way around it where you can look at it and be like, this is a negative or this is a bad thing, right? Now, I want to bring this up over here because I saw this, obviously, when I saw it, I had to write something about it on Twitter, right? So I did put this post up, but my question is, like, you read the post and then you see some of the answers, right? Or some of the people talking shit, and it's like, it's just, I feel like it's just a sad place for ponies to be. So I just put Xbox.
You feel like the crack is strong, huh?
A little bit, yeah. So I put Xbox is not messing around. They didn't even wait till the Xbox Ally handheld drop. They're moving into position right now. PlayStation, welcome to Xbox, right? They're already showing it. This is what's happening. This is a sign for the future, a sign for Xbox, the consoles, showing you what's happening on Xbox PC right now. Um, but listen to like the crazy shit. This is how delusional they are. All right. By the way, baby, Animal
Yes.
Crossing is trending right now.
Why?
Mm, don't know. So something's happening over there. So Max Savage says, you guys are so excited to finally play some incredible games after losing 4 straight console generations.
Mm,
I just like you hear I'm clearly I was quote tweeting Tom Warren who said about this big Xbox PC day and they're adding Steam games to his Xbox PC, all that fun stuff, right? So this is about the games that are now going to be able to be accessed from the Xbox PC store and the future of what's coming to the Xbox console. And like they think I do it because I make fun, right? I like to do the PlayStation first party is there now. Oh man. But I told you guys many times, I'm way more excited for the Steam games and shit that are not available
hmm
on Xbox. Like we were just at the showcase. I was at the in Cali. And a few of the games that I played that I were really fire, like PUBG Blind Spot, which was really, really good. Those are PC only for now. And it's like, well, come, next year, hopefully that goes away.
It's and I don't mean to cut you off, but this is amazing for the
Okay.
developers as well. When we go to these shows, a lot of them, are waiting to like get their games on consoles, right? And hoping that they can go ahead and do that eventually. And this kind of facilitates that situation.
Oh,
Agreed.
yeah.
They
I mean-
can reach so many more players, and the idea of maybe their game not catching on, just it's not as wide.
Dude, when we were at the mix, every
Mhm.
single one of those games were for PC only
Exactly.
for now. And it's like understand that, right? Like don't let them phase you, right? Again, we're always gonna mock and make fun because they get so emotionally invested in this shit, right? They got that emotional damage from all of this news, so we mock their situation. But this is a huge benefit for us because we are now literally getting all these games or having access to games that we never would have had access to any other way. Any other way, no matter what Xbox, if Xbox did not go down this road where they're going to be bringing PC into the Xbox world and essentially uniting them into one, platform, there would always be games that would release that you would have to be like, hold on, where is that for? Oh, it's on PC only. Damn, that looked dope. Well, I guess one day, hopefully, they'll bring it to console. That's done. That's done. That's done. That's dead and gone. It's over. Come this upcoming gen, you get this console game. You hear about a game, doesn't matter. You can hear about any game outside of the obvious Nintendo IP or a PlayStation IP and know that you're going to have access to it day one. PlayStation IP, you'll have access to it down the line. 6 months, 3 months, a year. They've been getting shorter and shorter with their time frame. So
They have.
Yep.
point is that over here, the gaming world is your oyster, right? Everything that exists, you're going to be able to play, and it's all going to work amazingly well. I'm just so excited for this stuff, but it's just funny because this is the comeback that people have, right? It's talking about shit that has nothing to do with what's actually happening, right? This dude over here, was it Alucard, Kaios? I don't fucking know. You got that right. PlayStation is not messing around. They kicked Microsoft ass so bad, they went back to what they know. Best Windows. Xbox is a joke, an embarrassment, slapping a sticker on everything and calling it Xbox is laughable. PlayStation destroyed Microsoft. Just so I know. Again, maybe this is the Pony Dictionary. We gotta get a copy of it.
Yeah.
I don't know
yeah,
if
yeah.
anybody has a copy of it, so we can kind of
Understand better. Right?
understand the definition that they put on these words. PlayStation destroyed Microsoft, not even Xbox.
Mm-mm.
He said that the part of Sony that doesn't make up the whole entity, but a part of Sony destroyed the $4 trillion company.
Yeah, yeah. That's why Satya looks so distraught, right?
Mm,
They're hurting. You see it.
mm. Yeah, I really like I really don't understand the concept. Right? Like, does this sound smart? Like, does this sound like it makes sense to anybody here?
No, no. I mean, I think they're stuck in this world where like console is gonna stay dominant forever, and it's not. Technology is evolving so fast that like your phone is getting to the point where it's being able to replicate the power of some console games. Like you're able to play games up until PS3 on an emulator on your phone. You're able to play like Xbox 360 games on your phone. Like these devices are catching up so fast that like for a lot of games you're just not going to need the console ecosystem, and there are so many casual gamers who will opt for the current devices that they own versus owning a console in the future. Only hardcore gamers are going to be the ones purchasing these consoles and these OEMs and these super high graphics cards in the future. It's going to be about how accessible are your games. And PlayStation's kind of losing that battle right now. They're not enhancing your ability to access your games. That's kind of what we're talking about right now. It's like the accessibility, the libraries coming together. How many places can I play the game? Can I play them natively? Can I stream them? How many options do I have to access what I care about? And that's like, there's no way that PlayStation is going to make up ground there unless they partner with Amazon, Google, Apple. They have to partner with one of those companies because they just don't have the infrastructure. They would have to lean on someone else's infrastructure in order to make that a reality.
Yeah, and even then, none of those places seem to be interested in going that hard into gaming outside of the niches that they're in, right? Like Apple's
Yeah.
huge into mobile, and Amazon obviously they're dabbling with console stuff or PC stuff. I don't know. I guess some of that stuff is there now, but yeah, I mean it's a whole different beast. But again, yeah, I mean listen, right here I can already see with Game Shark. Thank you, my brother, for being here, man. Thank you for the
Thank you,
$5 super chat, fam. He says they'll have to continue to ask, is it coming to PlayStation? We won't even have to look at the logos during the showcases. Facts, my dude. Facts. Absolutely. Absolutely. You'll never have to question it. You'll never have to wonder. It'll just be everything that is being released. And then at a certain point in time, who in their right mind would say, you know what? Let me limit my game to the few people who buy games on PlayStation. Let me limit my reach by making it an exclusive over there. That's crazy. Do you notice how Xbox is literally boxing out PlayStation? Like they're boxing them out because they're getting the whole industry slowly but surely on board with the idea of Xbox Play Anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
You buy the game once, you play it everywhere, except on a PlayStation.
Exactly.
And a Nintendo Switch. They are boxing the console makers out by talking to the big dogs and saying, hey, money guys, listen to this. Would you rather keep your game away from Xbox and go ahead and put it on these other closed ecosystems that are not extending outside of their original reach, right? Because don't get it twisted, PlayStation 5 still has not outsold PlayStation 4 as far as in the time frame, right? So it's still lagging behind. So it's not growing its reach. You're selling to the same dudes you were selling for the PlayStation 4. Now you're selling them on PlayStation 5. That's it. So they're not growing that, right? Nintendo, we don't know what they're doing. They sold a lot first day. It's been a little while now. We have no updated sales figures. Maybe they're waiting to just be like, "Hey, we're at 20 million." But I think if you told us 3 million, if the numbers were crazy,
If they
maybe
announced 3 million and they had sold enough, they would be announcing it too. And we were just talking about this, and didn't they like have like 20 million made that they were
yeah, I thought the
yeah.
reports like before they already had like 20 million in the in reserve, like ready to go.
Yeah, like ready to go. So how is this momentum stopping, right? Why wouldn't they be? This is like Final Fantasy all over again. Final Fantasy 16. That's what they announced, right? 3 mil. And then it just slowly they just
And that was it.
kept quiet, right?
That was
Into
the end.
themselves. But yeah, it's funny because I keep thinking about, the trial with ABK and how Matt Booty has said, let's spend them out of business. And then he said, you know what? I didn't mean that. That was from a while ago. And it's like, no, we're not trying to keep games from PlayStation. Look at us sharing, right? And then they came around and stole their shit. It's it's freaking hilarious to me. And the fact that these gallopers, because this is the big deal, when Satya pretty much said, come on, Xbox, sit at the table, it was like, I'm going to take you under my wing and I'm going to show you how real business is done, and I'm going to bring you and elevate you amongst the big dogs. Right now you're a part of us, and that's what they should be really concerned about. Not the fact that what is it, I can't even see what the heck he wrote. There are periods everywhere, non-sentences, as sentences. Like, this is such a freaking mess. But yeah, I think the fact is that they're one and the same when it comes to, the wallet and the support and the business aspect of it. So I think Xbox now being treated like, like so should be really concerning, rather than somehow Sony took down Microsoft, which just it's just ridiculous to say. How do you even like you have there's a difference when you say something stupid, right? And it just comes out. But like you type something stupid and then you have to send it out. Like, you have moments to kind of reflect and see if that's really what you want to put out there. So this was like pony proof. Like, they were like, okay, yes, this is fine. Send it out. They thought it through.
Agreed.
Crazy.
Agreed. Let's take this further because seeing is believing. Okay. And look at this right here. You can see right there you have your Steam roll up on top. You see that? You see how you see a little bit of
Yes.
the Spider-Man of the world, the God of War, the Horizon in there. This is the nightmare fuel that these ponies have that keep them up at night, right? It's the idea that this is going to be the norm for anyone else. So they're gonna have a situation where, like fucking Game Shark said, he fucking nailed it, right? Game comes out, game reveal, look at it, it's like, oh man, that looks so dope. Ah, PC only, not coming to PlayStation. And they look over and they're like, man, it's so sad that we don't get this game. They're blowing it. They could have had the game on console. And then they look over and then they see all the Xbox fans celebrating, like, oh shit, I now have access to this game on my console choice. This is gonna be a crazy thing for these people. Now, that being said, this is not just about being the future of the Xbox that's here today because we're getting to see it live and in person, right? Because they're pushing it already before even the handheld. There's been this whole big debate about this year getting the handheld, but the following year, 2026, possibly getting next gen. And that was a rumor for a while, right? But then another rumor came out of nowhere, and it was like, actually, it looks like it's going to be 2027. I was like, okay, that's fine. But then we had this past week that happened, right? And this past week, they made, well, even if you go back to the hardware, right, from the showcase, showing the ROG Ally, showing all the work they're putting into that, right? Then you fast forward to Sarah Bond and Lisa from AMD coming out and putting up separate videos talking about the next generation of Xbox. Even when talking about the Xbox, the AMD guy, when he was talking about it, talked about releasing our Xbox, right? Like Xbox next gen is a thing, but I know not only the hardware, but also the handheld, right? So all of that coming out similar to what they did with the Xbox Series generation, right? Where they showed it the year before, like talked about it the year before, and then all of a sudden the year after it happens. They went ahead, they talked about the next gen early with no reason, right? Because we had the Ally coming out, right? The Xbox Ally is coming. There's no real need to go ahead and be like, oh, let's talk about next gen because people are getting antsy. Like that's not a case, right? But they did that. And then you couple that with the idea that now they're pushing the aggregated desktop to the Xbox PC app now.
Yeah.
So again, I kind of thought we were going to hit it in get the Xbox Ally first, get this new, software, and then it would be talked about for PC, and then oh, what's going to happen?
Yeah.
But the fact that it's happening already makes me feel like they're fucking ready to go. Like I don't think you would be doing this 2 years ahead of the next generation Xbox release.
I do think they made that announcement earlier than expected, and I think it was in response to the fireside chat. But
Which
I
fireside chat?
the Sony fireside chat when they asked them about Xbox getting out of hardware business, I think
Hmm.
they made that announcement to make sure that Sony investors knew, like, no, motherfucker, we're not going nowhere. So I think that's why the announcement came as early as it did. But I do think the hardware is coming hot and fast, faster than what we expect.
I think
Like I
so. Because even then, right, you could have just made an announcement. Like you didn't have like she went in, AMD jumps in, they went in. Like this was a huge like announcement that they did. And then
yeah.
again, even with this, why jump now? Why not let the handheld come out and then start working on it? Well, it seems like they want the time, right? It seems like they're looking to put the work in now, get it out there, make sure that it is, in fact, going to work the way they want it to work by the time it comes to the handheld, but then also by the time it comes to the console,
Yeah,
right?
I can see the next Xbox launching in the same window that the Switch 2 launched in. I can see that being a possibility. Make sure they're right there when Grand Theft Auto drops. I can see
So
that.
you're saying you believe that there might be a chance that a year from now we can have the next Xbox already in our hands.
Yeah, whatever it is. Yep, I think it's possible that it could launch with the. But I think if it launches with Grand Theft Auto, I would think that Xbox would do that if they had some sort of like marketing rights tied to it, and if they
Which they
could
don't.
like,
I think it's PlayStation.
well, they haven't announced it officially yet, so we don't know.
I
Um,
think the trailer come out like 3 hours earlier on the PlayStation YouTube channel versus the
It
Xbox
did.
One.
It released first. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like first by like hours.
Mhm.
So I think people pretty much assumed that they're getting something from it, I think.
Yeah. Money can change things if you're desperate enough. So I mean,
That's also true.
I can see a world where Xbox overpays so that they have the Grand Theft Auto name tied to their new console and it launches at the same time, and along with the money that they pay, maybe they find a way to get it play anywhere, or at least like partial play anywhere where it's cloud and console.
Yeah.
And I can see that being a thing.
Yeah, I think so, man. I feel like it's just I feel like Phil Spencer going out of his way, talking about next year, talking about the excuse me, the Halo Gears and Forza and Fable. He didn't say Halo, but obviously he alluded to it with the little quip he made about it. Um, those were all big moments in gaming for Xbox. It's almost like I just can't compute the idea that an the Xbox wouldn't be dropping next year. I just feel like the
Yeah.
stars are aligning too closely right
Oh,
now. You know what I'm saying?
with that announcement that they made, the console's coming out next year. You don't make an announcement like that and then drop a console 2 years later. It's coming next year.
Right?
We'll probably
Like, it just seems stupid.
we'll probably see it for the first time either at
Game Awards.
Gamescom
Oh, Gamescom. You think they might do it early? Oh shit, they
that
did say
August.
they're gonna be there.
Well, you know, it looks like the relationship between Keeley and Microsoft has finally hit its boiling point. So maybe it is Gamescom.
Maybe.
So I can see it there because isn't Gamescom in August?
It is in August.
Yeah, so I can see it happening in August. And plus, you have your Fan Fest. So I mean, what better place to show your new console than at a Fan Fest?
They are doing the Fan Fest.
And it's the
In
10th
August.
anniversary Fan Fest. So I think it's possible.
The Game Awards, though, I feel like the amount of people watching that show, it would be tremendous to like just have everyone's attention, no matter what you play, right? If you're a video game fan, you're watching that show.
Yeah.
At least most of them, right? So it's like that would be a great place to highlight that you're releasing a new console.
I don't disagree, but I would counter and say that Gamescom is the biggest gaming event in Europe, and they don't necessarily have the presence they would like there. And to host your 10th anniversary of Gamescom there, 10th anniversary of FanFest there, and then show this new Xbox with all these amazing features that every gamer would dream of having to an audience that doesn't really know you that well, it's a great place to kind of build that relationship.
You know, the only thing I would say about that idea, and I kind of get your point too. Like I think
I get it, and they're moving fast, right? We thought
Yeah.
that this was going to be for the handheld, and look how fast they've got this out. So I wouldn't put it past them to surprise. I mean, who's to say they can't do both, right? Not just the announcement and then the promoting it, marketing. So that's also a thing, but
I think
you
the
have to pick
only
and choose.
I think the only reason is there's still so many games coming out this year, and I don't think that they would want to pull the focus away from the games releasing this year. You do December, and it's kind of like next year you're getting all these games and a next console, right? Because we're not there yet, so it's easier to be like, okay, next year this is happening.
There are people that are willing to hold off on games to say, okay, well, if I'm going to get the next console anyways, I'll just play it then, right? If you don't have Game Pass. But at the end of the year, again, yeah, the game situation, but also with Grand Theft Auto coming out early next year, it's kind of like the developers were going crazy. This is the pisser is where you play Grand Theft Auto Pro Enhanced, right? So you kind of want to debunk that situation and be like, okay, well, our next console is also coming out, so hold on tight and giddy up.
Yeah.
I mean, it
the
definitely
time,
is exciting.
yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see how they time up all these announcements. But I think at this point, when you make an announcement this early, because we're still in June, and you're making an announcement about new hardware, I think it's coming within the next calendar year.
Yeah.
So,
I agree with you.
So you
I
think
agree with that.
within 12 months?
yes, I would think so, because I think they want to launch alongside Grand Theft Auto.
So you're thinking they're gonna have like, and Nintendo came in a little later this year, but you're thinking that they're gonna go springtime, kind of like how Nintendo normally they tend to do.
Yeah, because I mean, normally you like hold off as long as you can to get the console out because you want to have the best technology that you can for that console generation. But I don't think that's going to be a concern with this new console generation because I think this is going to kind of be the console generation that ends console generations where you can just upgrade as much as you want over the course of this new generation. Where if you want better performance, you can just go get better performance whenever you want it. So
I think that they would want to, because of the anniversary, kind of get a little closer to dates. Would think they would they would release it towards the end of the year. But then again, the lineup for next year with the new console starting off with the box right away.
yeah, I don't think you want to release Halo, Gears, Forza, COD all within the holiday window. I think you want to kind of space those out also. So kind of give each game a little bit of room to breathe a little bit. So I can say like Fable launching
and
in the
then you
spring.
start thinking about like Fable's coming out next year. Like they have so many big games that it's kind of like you don't want to squeeze them all there, but you also have a lot of other big games that, people are anticipating. And it's like the year's going to be packed regardless.
Yeah, so if
And
you launch
with
the
Grand Theft Auto coming out early next year, you kind of want to hit that back end.
yeah, I can see a world where you get new console, new Fable, maybe March, Aprilish. And then right after the Xbox showcase, you get Perfect Dark for the summer, maybe July, August time frame, and then late September you might get Gears. October you get Halo. December, November you get COD. I can see that, or flip it.
I feel like you have to, whenever that console launches, when I turn on that console, I need to be able to play Halo. Whatever day that is, I feel
I
like
agree with that.
Halo has to be the game that launches with the next console. Day one. Has to be. Has to be. It's the only way I can see it.
Okay.
I think so. So you're saying so Grand Theft Auto launches before or after the next Xbox?
I would say it launches before, but not much before. Like, so if it's launching in spring, I can see the next Xbox launching in June. Like anywhere between March and June. I think March is way too early though. But I could see it launching around June. Like right around the showcase season.
Hold on. Razor Ultron. Does Xbox announce new console in June 2019? Showed the Series X at the Game Awards in 2019 and then launched the console in holiday 2020. What do you mean they announced the new console in 2019?
Talking about the Series X when the Series X announcement?
I mean, obviously they probably didn't say, "Hey, this is Series X, the Series S, all that shit." But in June of 2019, did they announce? I'm just going based on what Razor Ultron said.
No, I thought that. I think the first time we
announced it in 2019 and then they showed it at the Game Awards.
I remember. I I just remember being shocked the first time I saw the Series X at the Game Awards. I don't remember even having the expectation that we would see the hardware at that point. So I don't think they really announced it beforehand. Maybe we heard leaks of project this, project that. I don't think we had a formal like what Sarah Bond just did, or I don't think we had anything like that.
In the building, he says they announced that the new consoles are coming in June 2019.
Okay.
And then the Series X was announced at the Game Awards in 2019. So they announced that they were working on a new console.
Yes, Microsoft announced its next generation Xbox console, codenamed Project Scarlet, at E3 2019 in June. Motherfuckers, history's repeating itself.
Yeah, I'm telling
Why
you.
did I not remember that shit?
I think we're looking at the back end. Hold on.
Bro. I 100% did not fucking remember this at all.
I mean, look at history repeating itself, right? So I feel like that's going to be
oh my god. Bro, I think in August might fucking work, bro. I think Farrell's right, dude. I think Farrell's fucking right. Bro, they moved FanFest to Gamescom. Why? What would they be celebrating at Gamescom?
Okay, but maybe that would be the announcement.
Yeah, the announcement. They're gonna show the next. Bro, I look at Xbox E3 20. Let me bring this up right now. Everything we announced at the Xbox E3 2019 briefing. Today, Xbox showcased a blockbuster lineup of 60 anticipated games for both console and PC in its Xbox E3 briefing, and shared a glimpse of the future with Project Scarlet, which launches alongside Halo Infinite in 2020. That did not happen.
Did not. So this is what I'm saying. I think that the new console is coming out in November of 2026.
Come on, man.
I think they're going to...
Bro, come on.
I mean, follow the pattern now. I feel like it's too important to not do it like that.
I did not. There's no reason for them to come out and talk about next gen like they did. They didn't put it in the showcase. They just said it. But again, they're going to be at Gamescom this year again. They moved FanFest to Gamescom. Oh, bro. God damn. Razer Ultron bringing up the bars. Bro, if I would have remembered that this was the series of events that took place, there would be no question in my mind. There's no way it's not next year.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I don't know if it'll be mid-year as Pharaoh is talking, but I did see our boy Fillmore Pockets with some bars.
What you got, Phil?
He says the benefit of launching a new console close to the launch of GTA 6 is you might get the PS4 and Xbox One crowd to come over.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking. Because you're gonna need a new console to play it.
So you're either gonna buy an Xbox Series or a PlayStation 5. Yeah, the pisser is a shit show.
So,
or you're going to go ahead and fucking, or you're gonna go buy the next gen. Why not get the next gen? God damn, bro. Yo,
that's why I think they'll release it close to Grand Theft Auto, because it, like, why wouldn't I buy the best hardware to play Grand Theft Auto on?
Damn. A console that will actually be able to play it at 60 or 120.
Could you imagine if they do have a deal and that's why they? I mean, let's not forget Grand Theft was.
I said it so
pushed.
long ago.
You
Remember that
Grand
if they
Theft
push
was
it,
supposed to come out
they're gonna
this
buy
year. So
I abandoned that whole thought. I don't know why. I abandoned that whole thought. But I had said a long time ago that if they push it to 2026, it's because they're
It's
looking
coming
to
out with the
line up
box.
with the Xbox.
yes, but you know what?
Motherfucker.
When they said when's it coming out in May? It was kind of
May.
like,
Yeah, I was
why
like, oh,
would they
mid-year.
launch the console then and not go ahead and make up for what they did? They couldn't do with Halo, with the X, right? So I
remember,
feel like that's a moment to bring back.
Remember, there were rumors, baby, that GTA might get another delay conveniently. You know what I'm saying? Wow.
Maybe it'll be delayed till November.
Yeah, imagine they have a bundle, like, 3 months of Game Pass plus Grand Theft Auto bundle for, whatever price this thing is going to be, because we're not expecting them to subsidize anymore. So, but I mean,
now,
be interesting.
Real quick, just looking at the briefing update they put up here, right? Listen to this shit. The Xbox briefing delivered 11 world premieres and a record 14 games from Xbox Game Studios. They put 14 games in the 2019 briefing for games that are to be dispersed over the years to come, right? That wasn't 14 games for that year. That wasn't 14 games between that year and the next. That was 14 games for all.
Total.
Bro,
yeah.
Xbox is dropping 14 games this fucking year. Wow, how far we've come in 6 years, dude. In 6 years, we're releasing the same amount of games as were shown at a Xbox briefing to come over the next couple of years. That's crazy. Guys, this is like some crazy shit that really, like, you're getting my true, honest, like, what the fuck? Like, it's all clicking in my head right now on the stream that this is happening, bro. There's no way it does it. This is happening. 2026, the year of the next gen Xbox, the year Halo Gears Forza Fable. Halo Gears Forza Fable, next gen Xbox. Yo.
And Perfect Dark.
Hold on. If you remember, oh my God, I'm getting like teary-eyed on the corner of how hyped I am. Okay. Not full tear, not coming all the way, but it's like right here. Okay. We had done a discussion a while ago based on the fact that certain games had no platform listed at the end of the trailer.
Yes.
For instance,
the last the last summer show.
Gears of War E-Day.
Didn't have
had no console listed. State of Decay had no console listed. Perfect Dark had no console listed. Bro, it's because in 2026 when they launch, they're going to be launching on the next gen console. They didn't want to put the console there because they wanted people to have the choice to be able to not, if they look up Gears, they wouldn't automatically see the Xbox label of Series X on it.
Yeah.
So people wouldn't be like, oh, let me get a Series X right now for Gears. They would just they see the game, they're hyped for the game, they don't know when the game's coming out. Now they're going to show the game, and motherfucker, there's going to be on this console. I'm so fucking amped right now. Bro, of course the fucking footage we saw that looked amazing was in fucking
Next
real
gen
time.
Footage. Yeah, next gen footage. And we didn't know.
That's actual fucking footage, bro. Oh my God.
They couldn't tell us it was next gen footage, but it was next gen footage at the time.
Bro, this episode would have went, like, this show would have went so different starting at the beginning if I would have been able to put all this together in my head. Shout out to Razor Ultron. Okay, shout out to Razor Ultron. I did not freaking remember that they talked about the next gen in June, showed it in December, and fucking released it the next goddamn year. Bro, it's going down. It is going down. I did see here Call of Duty. Yeah, the next Call of Duty will be next gen only. I don't know if this year. Isn't it this year? Next gen only? I don't think it's next year. I think it's this year. That it's supposed to be next gen only. Calvin X, what's up, man? Thank you for being here, bro. Appreciate you. Says, I want a list of every game that's come to Game Pass in 2025. Bro, that list will be crazy, but you're right. We do need it. Negative Zero brought up State of Decay 3. Yo, this is the thing. This year has been crazy, right? Like, this year has been legit fucking year of dreams for a gamer on Xbox to have so many first-party bangers coming out, to get them all in Game Pass, which is phenomenal. But let's not get it twisted. If next year launches, like if next year has the games that we are talking about, which Phil already said them, but if you add the next gen console to this fucking mix, next year is going to be legendary.
Yeah.
I think you got to roll some of them games into 27 at this point, because I mean, you got Clockwork Revolution, you got Perfect Dark, you got I think some of them just gonna have to roll into that January. Some of them gonna have to.
Listen, you're gonna have, this is the thing, your headliners already brought to you by Phil. Halo. Remember, he didn't say Halo, but that's because it's not fully announced yet. It's going to be announced, but he said his little blurb about it being with us from the beginning. There's only one game that's been with us from the beginning, literally day one, and that was Halo. So Halo, the next Gears E-Day, the next fucking Forza. He's so pumped for next year. He said, fuck it. Let me just let them know that Forza's coming next year. And then Fable. Halo, Gears, Forza, Fable.
Yeah.
And then you add Perfect Dark, Clockwork, State of Decay.
See, that's a Fable, State of Decay, Clockwork, and what was the other game you said? Perfect Dark. Those are A-tier games to release in the early window of 2027, so you don't have them all on top of each other.
But you know that's not to be true, because this year everything's been on top of each other. We've been living our fucking best lives ever.
Yeah, I don't think this is an A-tier. Like, I don't think this is the high tier of the Xbox games. So I think they're having a great year, but I would say these are more
not Halo, Gears, and Forza.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
I still think no matter how good the game is, like, to be clear, no matter how good the game is,
types of gamers.
I get one game this month. I'm ready for the next month.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So like, no matter how big, no matter how good, even fucking Grand Theft Auto, May 15th it comes out. Yeah, you're gonna want to cleanse for sure. May 15th that shit comes out, and come June, like maybe end of June, maybe July. Okay, fine. Maybe that game you get a little bit of buffer, but everything else, come on, man. One
you
month,
can put like some smaller games, like you can do the full release of Grounded 2. There's like, kind of more medium tier games you can sprinkle in with Forza, Gears, Halo, COD.
Think about it. It's only Forza. It's a Halo, Gears, Forza, Fable. That's only 4 games in 12 months, and then you got
Perfect Dark,
State of Decay, and Clockwork. That's so 7 games, 12 months. You literally can put a month in between a few of them, and that's fine. And we already know that they put Halo and Forza a week apart from each other for the actual
2 completely different audiences. So yeah, you could do that.
Exactly. So like, I don't think we're in a scenario where we're wondering whether they'll put all these games out. I think the question is what other games are they going to put on top of these that we didn't even know about?
Yeah, it's difficult for them to like go ahead and start withholding, right? Because these studios come back in, these developers are back in with, you know, their next project, and what are you going to do then, right? It's all at some point, if you don't start putting them out, gonna catch up to each other and create a bigger situation. And again, different audiences, like you want to make sure that if that goal is to keep feeding that Game Pass beast, you have to go ahead and just pump out these games and reach different audiences.
Yeah, I think so. I think so. I think this is man, this will be this would be amazing. This would be amazing. Especially since we just got a report that the next PlayStation is looking at 2028.
That's rough.
So
That's rough because man, wait, that's a 2-year gap.
bro, the Pro can barely compete with the Series X.
Hmm.
What the fuck's gonna happen when the next Xbox drops?
I mean,
Yeah, I just
see the next Xbox and they're gonna be like, scratch that.
Let's fuck it. That lady was like, "We're still exploring what we're gonna do." Well,
yeah, they don't even know what they're doing with their next console yet. They're
No.
still in the R&D phase of
Yep.
you know,
they know like chips. They know like that's why they can announce AMD. They know they're working on something, but they don't know how that fits into the broader idea of what they're gonna do.
yeah.
Right? Fillmore Pockets just blew minds, but I think this is gonna be he says 2029 in Xbox refresh. Fillmore, I think
Oh,
the
man.
problem is, dog. This is the part that is not natural for us, so we don't include it in our minds. Dog, I think you're gonna get Xbox dropping in 2026. I think you'll get another Xbox in 2027. I think you'll get another Xbox in 2028, and so forth and so on. Just not from Xbox proper. I think you're gonna have the OEM step in and start releasing their products, and you're gonna start seeing Xbox in the headlines year after year, just like an iPhone. They're gonna turn Xbox into something that people just want to have all the time, and is gonna keep selling to different groups of people over time, especially from the angle of it being a PC, right? PCs don't stop selling, right? Every year, 30 different manufacturers make brand new PCs, right? From the household name companies to smaller boutiques that every year are making new versions because every year new hardware comes out. Every year they make things better. This is a whole different world, fam. PlayStation is gonna be like that. Oh man, there's that GIF where like they're trying to do that double dutch. You know what I'm saying? They're trying to jump in and they could never fucking jump in because it's the new Xbox. New Xbox. PlayStation's targeting one SKU that is barely going to compete with the Xbox that drops in 2026. How do they compete with the Xbox that drops in 2027? The one that drops the same year, the one that drops the year after that. Bro.
Yeah, what is
So like
the real question is like when they start doing
phones,
these
right?
comparison
Why can't they
videos,
do that too, right?
Exactly.
what is Digital Foundry gonna do when that happens?
They're gonna live their best life. They're gonna have brand new big moments every year.
Yep.
When they just like every content creator who deals with phones, right? Yeah, they're excited when the new Samsung gets announced and everything like that, but they all lose their shit when it's time for the new iPhones. Why? Because everyone wants to know
Yeah.
what's new. Is it worth upgrading? And you got to remember, for all the people who have an Xbox in 2026, remember that normally in 2027, more people will buy that Xbox. In 2028, more people will buy that Xbox. Well, what if we just get to the cycle of life where it's just like, no, you have a year to sell your thing before the next one comes out. And then people will still buy that because that one will become cheaper because the new tech and the new one is now more money. Right. And that just keeps going forward. God damn. Bro. This is really crazy. Gentle Stone says they're gonna bitch about it not being a traditional console because they salty. You know what?
Salty. They always are though.
Dude, I saw somebody had I don't remember how I saw it. It was either on Twitter or on the internet somewhere, or it could have been like on a radio station. But I heard the one of the last ads for the horse and buggy. They had put that out there where they were talking about why go get a car? It's gonna be blah 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 blah. It's gonna fail. It's gonna do all this stuff when you can get a horse and buggy, right? These people who are gonna sit there and just bitch and moan. Oh look, yeah, they're not making consoles the same way. They gave up. Bitch, please. You're still sitting there with the same old bullshit where Xbox is now fucking changing the fucking entire script in front of your eyes. There is going to be no shortage of what an Xbox is and how it's made. You're going to have people who are going to make Xboxes that look like PCs, like big, fat, chunky PCs, and they're going to make ones that are tiny and scaled down to fit just like the Apple fucking little
TV
little
thing.
mini PC they have,
Yeah.
right?
Oh, Apple Mini. Yeah.
Yeah, the Apple Mini. You're gonna see so many variations, and people are just gonna be able to be like, "Oh, I want to get this version of the Xbox, or I want to get the Xbox this way." It's yo,
I mean, that would be
wow,
perfect because there are so many people care about different things, right? And then you get to kind of just one you're going to gravitate towards, just like the game, right? So there's something for everyone. Also,
that's wild.
budget.
Yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely. There's people gonna target different ones, right? It's just is what it is. They're gonna pick um different amounts of money that they want to target their box to cost.
Because why should they keep finding that middle ground, right? When like kind of like the customer gets to dictate.
Yeah, like why do I have
We
to
were
settle
talking
for a $500 console when I'm willing to spend for a premium experience? Like why do I have to be upset that the Xbox only comes with a standard terabyte when I could buy the version that
build it.
comes with 4?
Exactly. We had talked about that, and we were talking about the handheld, I believe, and I said they had to come correct, right? And I think you and Hargi were talking about what if they just let us put in there what we want, so we get what we want. It's like that's where we're shifting to.
Yo, don't get it twisted, baby. You just nailed it. Don't think for a second that there's not going to be a whole bunch of new like custom
sure.
builders out there who are going to be like, oh, build your own Xbox. You know what I'm saying? Just build your own. What do you want in your Xbox, bro? There's gonna be
water cooling
variation. It's gonna
say that again.
Like one with water cooling, that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah,
of
you don't have to worry about the overheating and all that.
Yo, it's
design.
Wow, man.
I mean, design too. Like just how they do with the controllers. They should have a little, something where you can get to customize. And it's crazy because I mean, I think it affects us, because we'll see someone build a controller, right? Like with the colors or whatever, and then we're like, okay, that looks dope. We would go in and check it out and set that up too. So imagine with a console, if you have that liberty to go ahead and kind of really customize it, and you made your own thing, and then you see the really dope one that someone's posting pictures of, you're going to want to get back in there and build another one. So I don't know, this opens the door to a lot of freedom and a lot of money to be made and spend.
It really is a crazy situation. That's almost like, it almost feels like it's not real. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not like who would do this? And Microsoft's like, me, motherfucker. Like we would do this. I mean, and it only makes sense, man. It's funny because I showed you guys the tweet and some pony talking shit and talk about how Microsoft is just, they lost this, so they're going back to what they do best. And it's like, yeah, bitch, dominate. they are best at dominating, right? That's what they've done for, I don't know, 50 years or whatever the hell it is. I think it's 50 years exactly this or this upcoming year or this year, some shit.
Yeah.
So it's like they've dominated. They've been called monopoly. They've dominated, and now they finally figured out that playing the baby game and keeping everything where it is not worth it. They dominate with PC sales not every
so
year, bro.
annoyed of like their backbone and the way that they do things for them
Yes.
to come out here and be so cutthroat and get what they want, that it's what I wanted. Like, I was so tired of the baby shit with the people out there who are always crying and screaming with the nonsense. And Phil, answer me now. It's like, shut the fuck up, let them do their thing. And they always kind of cave. And it was so off-putting. It's like, come on, man, just do what you got to do. And that's what they finally did. They went and they're like, you sit the fuck down and I'm going to do what I know how to do. But Dental Stone, yo, you made me laugh. It's just an Xbox with a 5090.
Maybe.
Yo, you know it's gonna happen, man. You know
And
it.
that's what makes me interested is like, what is like digital fan, like what are these narratives that these ponies are going to run with when it comes to like third-party games dropping on Xbox and PlayStation? That it, you know, what does pisser enhance mean? What does PS5 Pro enhance mean when you can just, you know, build your Xbox or buy, you know, the type of Xbox that you want, that it's not even, you know, a thought.
Yo, the crazy shit is that they're going, like, we already saw it with like the Witcher 4, right? So the Witcher, the new one, they came out and, you know, obviously we knew that they showed it running on a PlayStation 5, and they did that. They didn't want to use the Series X or anything powerful. They wanted to use like one with power. So they didn't start with like the Series S, right? They wanted to have at least a baseline of the main system, like the general, you know, power level. And they started with PlayStation 5. So they're saying, you know, normally back in the day, they would start with a PC version and go as crazy as they can, and then kind of take it down from there, right? And that was a bitch because when you looked at Cyberpunk, you saw what happened, right? They got fucked, right? So obviously they don't want to do that. So they're starting with the PlayStation base, and then from there, once they have, make sure whatever the best that they can make at that level, push that as hard as they can. Then from there, they're going to just add on top of it for more capable systems, right? And when you think about going forward, that they're going to use that baseline, and then everything else is just going to be scaled up from there depending on how high you can go with your power of your box. Man, the PC, the Xboxes and the PC world are going to be so far ahead of everything that's in this generation here that we're in now. It's crazy. And I feel like PlayStation is just going to sit in the same space. I think their next PlayStation will just sit in that same space. They're not going to be able to push in the same direction because they won't have the same adoption, right? They won't have the same amount of people. Again, I don't know if we can Google it. I wonder how many PCs are sold in any given year. But those are the numbers that you're going to start seeing when it comes to, you know, Xboxes out there. Obviously, not general PC because people buy PCs for all types of shit, but like gaming PCs, right? How many gaming PCs are sold? You're now going to be able to kind of compete in that world where Xboxes are just going to come in all shapes and sizes, all price ranges. It's really, man, it's too exciting for me to think about all the possibilities. All right, so let's move on. Do you guys have anything else to say on this here? On any of this exciting shit that we just talked about?
No, I mean it's fun to speculate, and I'm let's see what happens at Gamescom. Maybe we'll get our
Right?
announcement there.
Man, I was not thinking that that could be a possibility until I was reminded that at E3 2019, they went ahead and they showed it. I feel like it just makes sense. They moved Fans Fest over there. They did all that shit. Why, man? I feel like it's a big possibility. Not that if it doesn't happen, I'll be upset, but I think at the very least, the Game Awards for sure is almost certainly going to have it. But it's whether they go early now and give us a glimpse.
Oh.
I'm ready for the glimpse. I'm ready for the motherfucking glimpse. Baby, any last words before we move on?
We'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm sold on it. We'll see what happens.
So Hargeet drops a number and says gaming PCs is around 50 to 70 million a year
Oh,
that are sold. And those are PCs designed for gaming. So if Xbox can have a range of PCs, so a range of Xboxes, but that are PC like, obviously for gaming, and they come in all different price brackets because, you know, even though next gen is going to be super powerful, I think the tech that's in it is going to allow less powerful versions of it to still, you know, do a good job, right? There's still a lot of people playing 1080p, right?
Yeah.
So I think that is phenomenal. I think that that's gonna be crazy. And Ren says, how should Xbox not overwhelm people but still have a bunch of hardware options? I don't think there'll be any overwhelming at all. Right. I think the announcement of a new Xbox is gonna be like Nvidia announcing a new graphics card, right? I think that's just gonna be, you know,
Yeah.
the way it is, because it's not gonna necessarily, it doesn't need to be just a graphics card. There could be a lot of different enhancements that come in that boost up the quality of the console, right? Bigger,
Yeah.
more RAM, more faster hard drives, you know, faster CPU, whatever. There's a lot of different variables that can kind of go into what makes the next Xbox after the first one drops different and unique.
Yeah. And the OEMs are going to be catered to a specific type of gamer, a more hardcore type gamer. The casual gamer is not going to walk inside of Target and be overwhelmed with 7 different types of Xboxes in there. That most likely isn't going to happen. At most, there'll be 2 or 3 different versions of it in a handheld, maybe
Cyber
2
PC version.
Yeah. Like, it's not going to be like a situation where there's like 15 Xboxes inside. Like,
I get it. So he's thinking, I understand. He's thinking like walk into a store, there's 42 different Xboxes on the shelf.
Yeah, that's not going to happen. It's going to be like a couple versions that, Target's going to stock. They're going to stock, the main reference one and maybe the leading OEM at most.
Yeah, I think that'll be the thing. Or like specialty places like Best Buy. You might go to Best Buy and see an Xbox aisle that has a bunch of the different Xboxes around.
yeah.
But like your Walmart are gonna have
Target, they're not. Yeah.
they're gonna have like the base model, like the regular Xbox, plus whatever variations they have, and then like there's budget PCs that they sell over there, right? And I'm sure those budget PC makers will also get in line, right? I think, it sounds crazy to think, but like Dell can have their own Xbox, right? There's gonna be a a big amount of them, but I think you'll find that it won't be overwhelming because they're gonna be mostly marketed towards the people who know where to look, right? Um, and that will be the hardcore audience. And everybody has like their favorite OEMs, so they'll more than likely find out, hey, Razer will announce that they're working on one, and Dell would announce, and all these other people. It'll just kind of be something that happens. I think, man, it's so crazy how exciting it is. Oh, Thomas Belodi, what's up, man? Thank you for being here, bro. Also laptops too, bro. Don't be shocked if there's Xboxes that are laptop form factor that come with a screen already.
Yeah.
True.
You know what I'm saying? It's just going to be a whole new way of looking at things. You know, right now it feels like a shift, and it's going to be like, how do you, you know, actually label these things properly? But once we're in it, it'll just be a normal thing. Like, we won't even think about it. It'll just be like, oh, new one. Oh man, did you see that new one? Yeah, that looks dope, but it's crazy money. Oh yeah, for sure. Right. It's just the way it's gonna be. That's sick, man. All right. Let's move forward. But before we do, we got a motherfucking homie Spartan 661.
Yo,
Our dude
let's go.
went ahead and gifted another
Thank
5
you.
on point for gamer memberships, man. My dude, thank you, my brother. Appreciate
so
you,
much,
bro.
Spartan.
Y'all know what to do.
Tell him, baby.
Put the motherfucking welcome to the family emoji in the
Woo.
chat. Welcome our newest members, man. We
Yes.
appreciate each and every one of y'all for rocking out with us. Let me see here who got it. You got Ray Chi, you got Michael Guzman, you got Isaac Hayes 85, you got RJ, The Truth Lies, and you got Juan Antonio Escudero
Let's
de Leon.
Woo! Welcome, you guys. And Spartan 661, thank you so much. So dope. Thank you.
Oh, what the hell? Just noticed something. Did they? What happened to Cease? Boy, Space Shop. See, my boy Space Shop. His message disappeared. Okay.
Let's see.
All right. I think maybe want to be. I don't know if there's some confusion. Our boy Space Shot is definitely not a pony at all.
Face shot? No.
Yeah, Space Shot is the homie. So I don't know. Maybe there's a friendly fire.
Possible.
Yeah. I think there was some friendly fire. No. Space Shot is the homie. So see what's going on with them. See if we can fix it. All right. But thank you, my brother. Appreciate you, man. That is so dope. Awesome. Very, very kind of you, bro. Appreciate you, man. All right. Next chapter. Go ahead. Get it right here. I already have it ready. So let me just take the timestamp. Okay. Chapter 2. Well, listen, obviously we had way too much good news come out for Xbox for there not to be the nonsense come out, right? Not to have doom and gloom rear its fucking ugly face, right? But here it is again, and of course there's drama from it. Tom Warren over here puts out a tweet. Microsoft is planning major, quote unquote, major Xbox layoffs next week. Microsoft is also planning thousands of job cuts that will impact other parts of its businesses. Details, right? So if we go in there, says Microsoft is planning to cut jobs in the company's Xbox gaming business as early as next week. I first reported in Notepad earlier this month that Microsoft was planning Xbox layoffs potentially by the end of the month, and now Bloomberg says a round of major layoffs is due next week. I understand managers at Microsoft have been briefed about Xbox cuts and wider layoffs in other parts of Microsoft businesses. The upcoming cuts are also expected to hit Microsoft's sales organization just at the start of a new financial year. Microsoft is, and I saw this and it's like, okay, let's see what this is. Microsoft is planning to restructure parts of its Xbox business as it looks ahead to its next generation of consoles. Interesting. One source tells me Microsoft is restructuring Xbox distribution across Central Europe resulting in some Xbox operations ceasing in some regions. It's funny bringing up Europe because I feel obviously they're focusing with Gamescom,
Mhm.
possibly they're gonna have the fan fest there. They're doing all this stuff. It seems like they're trying to put a focus over there. But and then obviously he goes on talking about some of the other cuts from the past that obviously we're all very well aware of. But yeah, that's the news, right? So there's some layoffs that are going to be happening, which is kind of just is what it is, right? I think we've said it here like multiple times that at the end of the day, nobody wants people to get fired, right? Like nobody's saying, man, I really hope everybody loses their job, right? Like that's crazy talk.
Yeah.
No one is saying that, right? Sucks for the people who lost their jobs, 100%. But like the witch hunt that takes place every single time Microsoft is going to let people go is crazy. Like it's so ridiculous that that is a thing that that gets called out so often. And then not only does it get called out, but it gets called out like in relation to their consumer facing business. Right? Like just because you know the deeper inner workings because we kind of follow it and you got people like Tom Warren and Jez and things like that who will try to report these things and make it a news thing for us. Like what they're doing consumer facing has nothing to do with what they're doing for their business in the background, right? Like Amazon fucking shut down and fired a shit ton of people. That didn't change anything with how I fucking use
You receive your
to
packages
use
and how
my
you order your
I didn't get a
things and
message
what's
like, "Hey,
available.
your package is not getting delivered tomorrow because we fired some people." No. No, because Amazon wouldn't fire anybody
That they
who was
need.
necessary
Mhm.
to run their business, right? Same thing with Xbox. Xbox is not going to fire anyone that is necessary to run their business.
Hey guys, you're not getting games anymore from us.
Yeah,
We fired
we fired
everybody that
everyone.
makes them.
That's all.
So
Like, are
I
you
mean, it's just ridiculous with how committed they are to think that they're going to go ahead and let people go that they actually need. Um, I think that, you know, and just to your point, there are stores that close down, right? From big brands like a Target or, you know, they just shut down a store and all those people have to go and find another job, right? Because that specific one got shut down. Like, meaning it's just this is just what happens. And the idea that they need to be called out or they have to answer questions or uh, feel the consequences of letting people go is quite ridiculous. Um, to question anybody with a business that has to clean the house, essentially. I don't think that if they needed these people, they would be letting them go. And Phil did mention, you know, he said that they were going to, you know, cut I forget his exact words, but on that interview that they were going to be cutting costs, right? With certain things. And maybe these are some of the things that they need to do to continue that focus on what they actually need to do. You do have to see where the money's being kind of wasted and where you need to heavily invest. And if these people are not necessary, unfortunately, they have to lose their jobs. But like we talked about before, GameShark brought it up. He lost his job before, right? And what does he have to do? Get another job. This is just what happens in life. People lose their jobs all the time. Now, I honestly feel bad for the people that don't get this type of attention when they lose their jobs, right? I think we're being unfair to those that don't get their companies called out for letting them go. It is what it is.
Yeah.
That's the way the cookie crumbles.
I agree.
Yeah.
What do you think, Farrell? Is the world over for Microsoft? Are they dead? now?
No, I don't think this spells any big changes for Microsoft. I think they're still going to operate Xbox is going to operate how they're going to operate. But I mean, when you think about it, they acquired ZeniMax, they acquired ABK, all within a relatively short period of time. There's a lot of overlap between departments that ZeniMax has, that Xbox Game Studios has, that ABK has. They're going to get rid of that overlap. I mean, that's just a natural thing that's going to happen. It kind of sucks, but that's kind of one of the things that comes with consolidation, is that you're going to kind of see where your redundancies lie and you're going to move accordingly. And then we're also living in a world of AI where it makes certain processes more efficient to where you don't need as many people. It's just a reality of the job market that we're in right now, and it doesn't just, it's not exclusive to Microsoft. We're seeing it everywhere.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. The homie G may be in the building. My dude.
DOG.
My brother.
Let's
Thank you for
go.
being here. It says ZeniMax is asking for pay increases across the board with their union. If those demands are to be met, the money has to come from somewhere. What do you think about that? That makes sense to me.
I mean, it makes sense because, I mean, people see Microsoft as this like $3 trillion company, which they are. But that doesn't mean that like Xbox gets to go and rob this other department that's extremely profitable to pay their employees. Like every sector has to cover their own cost. So yeah, I mean that does, make a little bit of sense. Especially like is ZeniMax releasing anything in particular this year? It's kind of like a quiet year for the ZeniMax side of the house.
They have the Indiana Jones DLC.
Yeah,
that's coming out.
That's pretty quiet over there as far as like.
I mean, they have like Gone Fishing, right? They have
ESO is coming out with the new updates and stuff like that.
Yes,
and I think Fallout 76 has a couple updates, but it's like in general they're not having like a big year after Oblivion. They got the DLC. Oh, Doom. Yeah, so they had a good year. So yeah, I mean, maybe they'll fund their own raise.
Well, I mean, I guess the idea though is that it's like that, like they can't base it off like the one or two games that spike, right? They have to just look at what their entire operational cost is.
Yeah.
When they
I mean,
look
you
at
need
that
profit too, right? When you do get more profit than you thought you would, that goes somewhere, right? Because the issue is when the game doesn't bring the profit that you thought would, you have to go ahead and deal with that loss, right? So it just all needs to balance out. The wins, there are losses, and it just because this was a win, it doesn't mean that now we're going to throw that money out the window and hand it over to everyone. The game was funded, right? The game was the employees were there, so the cost went out whether the game would do well or not.
Yeah.
So that's just the reality. And again, there are games that don't sell what they are thinking it would. So this is where it balances out. We were talking about this the other day because people are quick to go ahead and talk all this stuff when these things happen, and they think that people are supposed to stay employed whether they're needed or not because they are a $1 trillion company, right? And that's not the way it works. But then where are there's a lot of heat when they go and scoop up a studio that may be in trouble, and essentially they're saving them, and it's like, look at them just buying the industry. So where is it the right thing? Are they pieces of shit because they're scooping up studios that otherwise would maybe end up in trouble? Or are they pieces of shit for letting that's always the narrative. They're always in the wrong. So again, you balance out the amount of people that they've employed, the amount of people that they've kept working, right? And then you think of the people that have to go, and you make peace with it. And I don't see anybody losing sleep over the fact that people got fired.
I mean, perfectly said. I mean, that's just the reality of it, right? But this is where things get a little like come on, man. So, um, you go right here and you say, we got Jez Gordon out here. He put out a tweet, says Xbox has some good news. Quick, give them a rake to step on.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. So first, right, let's just call it what it is. Xbox hasn't announced yet, right? So Xbox didn't come out here and say, "Hey, we're letting people go right now." So we don't know anything 100%. Not that I doubt the situation. I'm just saying Xbox didn't come out here and announce it. So
They
they
did,
didn't do
but if
anything
or
about stepping
when
on the
they
rake.
do, it is what it is. Like, you want to stack up the amount of good news that they've had? I mean, go ahead
Exactly.
and start stacking that up. What rake? What are we looking for?
How do you
They
lose?
have
What do you lose as
to
a
let
customer?
people go. It is what it is. How does this affect you as a gamer? How is this going to mess up your life or your day?
If
Are you
anything,
that
maybe it
concerned?
helps.
Then build a company and start hiring these people back. Find a way to send them a check every 2 weeks or every week, however they used to do it. Pick one or two and then support their lifestyle. Like, what the fuck is there to cry about? What rake is there to step on? I think the irresponsible thing would be to I don't know, keep paying people you don't have to pay, and then you can't produce the quality of games that you're producing, or we get screwed over and we have to pay what, an extra $10 for Game Pass Ultimate so that they can continue to keep these people on the freaking payroll. Like, what are we talking about here? It's ridiculous. It sounds so stupid.
I mean,
It is
yeah,
pretty
God,
I hate addressing stupid shit. It's like they're letting people go. Great. It is what it is. Nobody wants to get fired, but that's life. It doesn't affect the back end of everything else that they're doing.
yeah,
So how is this going to take away from the handheld that's releasing, or the games in Game Pass, or your Game Pass subscription? You got to stop weighing one thing against the other, especially when it comes to business. And this is an inevitable part of it. If you don't understand business, then don't get involved with an opinion. And honestly, you guys don't even know exactly the people that were fired and exactly what they were doing in there. So you can't say that this is going to affect your games or anything that you're a part of. It's just a reason to cry and seem like you're a good freaking human because you're so upsetty wetty that these people got fired. Find a way to help them.
Facts. Twitter ain't helping.
No.
Twitter
yeah,
ain't paying the bills. Your YouTube channel is not gonna help them find work. It's not gonna help them feed their family.
yeah.
You know what I find to be a way of, like, this is an issue, right? And everybody has to make their money. If you come out with some type of news that didn't break till, and then now someone else is breaking the news and it's coming out like a week from now, and you're under freaking comments saying, I said this a year ago, like, let them have their moment, right? That's interfering with people's livelihood, right? So
Yeah.
that's not a way of being a shitty person when it comes to people making money, but you have a problem with what a big corporation is doing out there? That's crazy.
Facts. Go ahead, Farrell. You gonna say something?
Yeah, I mean, people got to be a little bit realistic. I mean, can you imagine a company surviving if they could never, you know, fire anyone, if people just got to hang around as long as they wanted to, whether they were productive or not? Like, we hear about these, layoffs, and we want to have this wild reaction to them. But I mean, a company has to do what they have to do to survive. And is Microsoft going to survive regardless of Xbox? Yes, but Xbox has to do what it has to do to survive within Microsoft. Like, that's just, it's the sucky part of business, but that's just how business works. Like, you hire people when you need them, you let them go when you don't.
No one is guaranteed their job. It's just the way it is. You have to, hope that everything goes well and you get to keep your job and keep doing what you do. But at the end of the day, dude, this is like just the fact that it comes up and it's always there. Like you said, babe, like I hate covering shit that is like unnecessary, right? But like we have to cover it because if we don't cover it, the only narrative that exists is the stupid bullshit narrative that's out there because everyone's too caught up in trying to act like they fucking care. Oh my god, I care so much about these people. And it's like, yeah, you do care for people. Fine. I care about the people. Oh, sucks for them, you know. Sorry. But do I care enough that I'm gonna go and, you know, sell my shit and be like, hey, I just sent you a check because I want to help. So I sent it. No. Like we got our own shit to worry about. Everybody got their own shit to worry about. Everybody got their own bills. Everybody got their own stuff. Like at the end of the day, it sucks for anybody who loses their job, but that's as far as it goes. Man, I'm sorry for those people that are losing their jobs. Sucks for them. Done. We never have this topic.
Hopefully they'll find another job soon.
Exactly.
The
Hopefully they land on their feet.
Mhm.
And then we never have this topic and we move on. But we have to talk about it. Why? Because no one spends the time, they so claim how much they care on talking about those people and hopefully they work out. No, it's all about victimizing um, them and villainizing the company, right? Even when it's fucking Sony does it, it is what it is. It's just again we've talked about it, but there is a big difference, right? There's a difference between a company like we just got an announcement from or I don't know if it's announced, but the people who made that game Mind's Eye, right? Better built rockets or built rocket builder. I don't fucking know. Those people. They released the game. Lot of bugs, well, I don't know if it had bugs, but just like a lot of problems, and people were just not feeling the game. And it's clear that they put everything into this game. They really were hinging on the success of this game. And I'm looking and seeing that all the word on the street is that this is not a good look. Um, we were brought in to their thing as like their creator circle or whatever it is, and we did a live reaction, or we did a reaction to the trailer, and there was going to be you know previews and stuff, but we kind of really didn't get into it because it looked fine, it looked cool, but I didn't go too crazy. And then they're supposed to be putting out the game for reviews, and they really haven't even sent them out, right? So it just looks like this all backfired on them. Is
Mhm.
not what they were planning. So when you hear that, you say to yourself, "Uh-oh, something's not going well for that
Yeah.
studio." And it sounds like shit is hitting the fan, and we don't know what's going to be happening with them, right? If Sony came out and said, "Man, we got to lay off a whole bunch of people," when you take all their words and then you mix it with, "Oh, well, they have to do a new strategy, they have to hopefully figure things out, they have to come and do this, they got to do that," it's like, okay, that doesn't sound great. When you hear Microsoft, Xbox, who has all these amazing plans, killing it, delivering games like no one else, have a roadmap of games to come, possibly next gen console next year, possibly next gen handheld next year, possibly Halo, Gears, and Forza, and Fable, and all these games. Like, and then you hear, yeah, they have to let some people go. There's no fear brought up, right? There's no like, oh no, what's going on over there? Nothing. It's business as usual. They will hire, they will let go. They'll close one place down, like one department, or one group of people let go now, and then next week they'll hire for another department.
Mhm.
It's not about their lack of ability to spend money. They are not a charity. They're not here to employ the world. I saw our boy, where is he? Where is he? Where is he? Game Shark. Game Shark in the building. My boy, Twinkle Twinkle, baby, says, "Who do they think they are hiring everybody?" With an angry face. And then another angry face. "Who do they think they are not hiring everybody?"
Exactly.
It's like, what are you like?
You're damn if you do, you're
Damn
damn
if
if
you
you
do, damn if you
don't,
don't, bro.
right?
Come on, man. Like, not many people employ as many people as Microsoft does. And to bitch and moan because they have to make some adjustments. Like, you heard the thing that I read from Tom Warren, right? And he put a little note over there where he's saying, like, going into their next generation consoles, they're doing some realignment, right? I
As
mean,
they should. It's the responsible
yeah,
thing to do when you're taking care of the brand, right? And it ripples down to us, the consumers, right? This affects us. So I don't know where we feel that there's a need. Like, it's such a thing to like step on a rig. Oh, there you go. You found another rig to like
like,
they're
you fucked
fucking
up.
stupid.
Like, how
Like,
did
do
we
you
fuck
see
up?
what they've built and what they've done? Like, they're literally taking PlayStation games from them. Like, come on, man. The idea that we're not checking in on what's happening over at PlayStation, canceling all these games and the future of these studios and these people with jobs, that's concerning, right? Management, they're not managing right. They're not even making the right games. They keep on canceling all these games, right? How is this going to affect everyone employed by them? Right? How is this going to play out for all of those developers? You want to be concerned about people and their jobs? Go look somewhere else. And even that, you guys let that be their business, right? Let this be Xbox's business. We don't need to get involved in this stuff. We just need our games and our consoles, right? That's it.
Agreed. Agreed. But it's all the bullshit doom and gloom that comes with it, right? Like, you have the ponies who are going to go ahead and take this and say, "Look, Xbox is dead," because they're firing some people or letting some people go. And it's like, obviously that's a bullshit narrative, right? Bullshit, nothing's dead, nothing's happening, nothing's a problem. And then you have like the righteous Xbox, you know, YouTubers or content creators that have to go ahead and tell the world that they're so upset that Microsoft is running their business. And it's like, they go so far, and it's the sad part is because they actually have the ear of Xbox fans, right? So they got Xbox fans listening to them, and then they go and they hear it, and they turn this into this witch hunt for a company who's doing nothing but giving to the industry, not even just to Xbox people. They're literally feeding the industry. Like, are you serious? Like, do
Mhm.
you really? They're the ones you're going to come after? Like, you're going to
That's
come
the
at them
thing.
because they had to fire some people or let some people go to run their business? Like, are you kidding me? Like, we got to, I got to go to at Summer Games Fest, and I got to meet up with some big you bigger YouTubers that I've only seen here through YouTube, never got to meet in person. And then, I was talking to one of them, content creator that I watched for years, and they went ahead and their channel is big, but like they went through this period where they got really big, and then things changed, and they had people working with them, and then now they don't. They had to let them go. They had to tell them that I can't, we're not going to be having you anymore. And it's like, you have to kind of just do it. Is he a bad guy? Is he the worst person in the world because he had to do what he had to do for his channel to work out right and for his thing? Like, I think the problem is that people have never been employers. They've only been employees. And you forget that as an employer, you built something that you need to protect. And sometimes that means I can hire somebody and have them help me grow my business because that's what this is. That's the only purpose that anybody has a job is to help the employer make their business better and earn more money. That's the whole purpose. If you can't serve that purpose, you're worthless. And if I have
To
to,
them.
exactly, to them, not in
As
your
an
real life,
employee.
as an employee. But if I have to then look and say, okay, this is my business and this is a scenario that's taking place for me. And you know what? Right now, with the way things are, I have to, let some people go. I have to scale down, or it just this is I'm spending money when I don't need to. As cool as these people are, or as nice these people are, or as much as care about the fact that they have lives that they have to, provide for. Like, I can't be that person because it's taking away from my business now. So I
Your
have to go
business
ahead
and the
and get
other
rid of it.
people employed, right?
Yeah.
It all goes hand in hand. If you are also risking other employees' work, right, and their income, if you are irresponsible, and I'm not saying that, obviously, this is so ridiculous that these conversations have to be had. It's so ridiculous.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed. G maybe has another quick point over here. G maybe slapping shit up as he does. Multi-year partnership with AMD was just revealed. What are the costs and impact behind that? Does that allow them to run leaner in their hardware development?
Exactly.
I mean, that's the thing, right? You don't know what the plans are, man. Maybe they just don't need as many people to sell these things anymore, right? Maybe they're using all the other third parties that are going to be associated with them to sell, right? If Asus makes their own console for Xbox and makes an Xbox console, do you need to sell that, or can Asus sell that? You know what I'm saying? Like, but like you don't know. You don't know any of it. You don't know if this is gonna help fund the next big game that we want,
Yeah, like
or the
we
next
saw
Game Pass Day One title.
what we saw ZeniMax close 2 or 3 studios, and then right after that they opened up a new studio through ABK, the Elsewhere, that's making the RPG. So sometimes it's just a reallocation of resources. It's sucks,
Yeah,
but sometimes that's what it is. So
100%, 100%. And then the thing that comes from all this is, and this is why, again, this, like Doodle said, shut the fuck up, and this would never be a topic. Just be sad for the people,
Yeah.
right? Be sad for the people, and that's it. Just in your heart, be sad. Don't talk about Xbox doing some bad thing, because it's not. It's not. They're running their business. It is what it is.
yep.
So then you end up with shit like this, right? And you end up with guys like this who sit there and go ahead and write Xbox shutting down, mass layoffs and console stopping sales. That's Dreamcast guy. This is the title of one of his videos.
That fit in 100 words, 100 letters.
I know. I don't know how he does it. I feel like I see other people write titles, and I'm like, how the fuck does that happen? It don't fit on mine.
Yeah.
I always got to cut my shit up and say it sounds borderline unreadable. Like, it's like, well, I got to cut these words out to make it fit.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean, like it's just crazy. And if you're one of the people who are advocating for Microsoft to, make another publisher purchase or purchase more studios, with purchasing more studios, guess what? They're going to have to lay off some of the people from the studios that they purchase, because there's going to be redundancies. Like, that's just a part of the business. When you're rooting for one, you're also rooting for the other. Like, just, understand what comes with, the things that you're asking. You can't take both sides of the fence.
Agreed. That is the truth.
But and I saw in the comments, our boy Ryuar says, who's starting of these people, and I lost the comment. So who's gonna start a GoFundMe for right?
For these people.
For these people that are losing their jobs? None of them, right?
No.
And again, just because it's a lot of it is just for attention. And it's sad that you're using someone else's problem to get attention. Listen, the idea that this happened to people because you understand it, or we understand it, it doesn't mean that it doesn't suck and we can't, like, feel bad. Yeah, I get it. but it also, the amount of crap that comes from it needs to be reeled in,
Yeah.
right? Because if you do feel that bad, like, right, you are brought up, where's the GoFundMe? Where is the support
They don't.
besides just you being supposedly heartbroken, and then what? Past that text you write, or that article, or that comment, or that stream, then what? Where's the pain? Show me footage of you not being able to sleep, and you crying, and you not being able to go to work yourself, or not being able to eat for days. Like, what's going on? Where are you feeling it if it's this big of a deal? Like,
Yeah.
personally, right? Again, we live in a world with social media where you can do something about it, and you can have a GoFundMe, or have fundraising streams, and then send that money over, right?
Yeah.
But no one's
But
trying to do that.
but we gotta recognize these people are people who work for Microsoft. They are highly skilled individuals. Like, they are making good money, and when they get fired, they get a
Highly
good
paid.
they get a good severance package, and they have job offers that, maybe might not be the job offer that they want, but they have opportunities out there for them based on the skill set that they have. Like, these people have skills. Like, it's not like, they're just out on the street and won't be able to find work again. Like, no, they might not be able to find work in gaming again. That might be a little bit tougher, but their skills translate across industries. Like, they will find work.
Agreed 100%. Yeah, I mean, look,
It's just good. Like, Dreamcast guy had to have people come in and like pay for his teeth, right? And that's fine, no, but they have this guy thinking that Microsoft is in the same situation.
Yeah.
Like, they're shutting down,
Like, no one at
massive
Microsoft is
layoffs.
having
Like,
GoFundMe to get their
yeah,
teeth
he about
replaced.
to start
Like,
GoFundMe for Xbox.
that's real wild.
Crazy. Oh man.
Well, look, at the end of the day, I think we made our stance pretty clear here. Everybody definitely sad for the people who lost their jobs, for sure. But the theatrics, the stepping on the rake scenario, I think at the end of the day, we need to stop like putting on these shows for people. Like, this is what I would say. Okay. And like, I feel like we're pretty sometimes we say a lot of crazy shit, and about a lot of people that deserve what we say. But point is that we've said a lot of shit, and you know we still got invited to Summer Games Fest. You know what I'm saying? Like, we still got invited to IGN Live, two places that we've spoken a lot of shit about. I
It's our
don't
opinion. It's
I
our
don't
authentic opinion.
yeah, I don't think being full of shit and going out there and trying to grandstand or make things sound like you're so, oh my god, is
Necessary.
necessary,
Just
bro.
freaking chill out and be real.
yeah.
Hey, come on. You know damn well when it's gone too far.
I'm just saying, like, you can say what you want, you can think how you want, but at the end of the day, all those people that that are big and they have all the reason in the world to get invited to these things, and they maybe don't talk so, you know, openly or freely about their true feelings. We were in the same place, walking the same streets, playing the same games, doing the same stuff. So I'm just saying, like, maybe just be real, you know, and stop the bullshit. You know, at the end of the day, don't act like this is hurting anybody, like outside of the people who are losing their jobs, but like, it's not it's not hurting us as a gamer.
About the money that they make, the packages they get. Like it's all true. Yes, it sucks to reset. Sometimes life throws a curveball at you, and it's exactly what you need to move forward, right? Maybe where you were is not where you're supposed to be, and life takes you where you're supposed to be heading to, that you weren't going to go ahead and do yourself if you were in that comfort spot. So a lot of times things are a blessing and people don't see it, and maybe it's time to start looking at shit that way, right? Everybody who was let go, it was meant to be let go.
Yeah, a lot of people make out better because you get that 6-month severance, plus you find a job in the meantime, so you're still getting paid from one job while you're starting another job. Like sometimes it actually works out for you.
Maybe you need to spend your summer with your family, right?
Maybe that's
maybe that's what's meant to happen. Like
maybe you've been at a job and you've been just doing the same shit, and now this is gonna engage your hustle mode and make you go higher and bigger than you were going before. But I love this right here. I think this sums it up perfectly, and then we'll move on to the final topic. And it's not a big topic, but I think this sums it up perfectly. Seth Garfinkel, Seth Monster says, "It's the gaming dev circle of life." I don't think you can put it any better than that. Right? People are hired, people are fired. This is the way. It is the way. The people who are fired make room for new people, right? For new people who are just starting, for people trying to get their foot in the door. People have to leave for new people to come in. This is the circle of life, man. 100%. The gaming dev circle of life. Seth, perfectly said.
Beautiful.
All right. Let me get my last come on. Don't be a bit. There we go. Here we go. Oh, I saw this. This is great. Okay. Let me take my chapter. Go. All right. So I saw this and I laughed. Okay. So I don't know if you guys seen this banner floating around. Okay. It's a banner of a bunch of PlayStation first party studios and their games and all this other shit, right? And I don't know if you obviously a lot of you guys know Clobro, right? He's the squirrel on Twitter. And he's obviously I guess he does some like art design and graphic design work, and he always updates, like he makes this basically something that looks just like this. And it kind of he came up with it where he does like these slivers and it shows like every studio that Xbox owns and like their latest game that they're working on or the latest game that they came out with, right? And he does these images all the time, right? But he's a fan, right? This is just what he does. So they come out and this guy, PlayStation Studios, and there's another, I actually have another one too. I could probably open that one up as well, just to kind of show both versions. Okay, it's a little further because yeah, here we go. I'll start with this one and then we'll switch to the other one. So if you go here, this is Pio. He's like a PlayStation dude, right? He says PlayStation Studios have updated their banner with mostly Sony single player games fire, right? So he goes over here. He puts like this is a PlayStation Studio banner that they put out, right? And then you go back to where we were, and this guy called PlayStation Studios
Marvel
is here.
fan.
Marvel fan 2023, but it's called PlayStation Studios.
Yeah.
And he put new hashtag PlayStation Studios banner has been released, right? That all makes you feel like, you know, PlayStation did this. Now, let me explain the reason that they're seeing this and they're excited, like the last one said, it's mostly Sony single player games. And we know that PlayStation recently doubled down on the fact that they are going to keep trying for these games as a service. Like they're not stopping. They're not saying, "Oh man, we've been failing nonstop. Let's stop the bleeding." They're like, "No, we're gonna fucking bankrupt ourselves trying to make this happen." Okay, that's
commitment.
that's commitment. They're not stopping, right? They're going ahead and they're trying everything. Bounty in the building. What's up, man? Mont PBM Gaming. What's up, man? I see you, man. So Spartan says these are all PlayStation 4 games. That's true too. But they're doing that because they're excited for this thing because they're like, wow, this is PlayStation showing us fans, us hardcore PlayStation fans, that they didn't forget us, right? That they're gonna be releasing first party single player games all the time, and we're not second class citizens on our own console, right? We're not part of a dying breed of ponies who are stuck on the same hamster wheel and with no way out, right? No, they didn't forget us. They're gonna release more than one single player game. They're gonna, I know it in my heart, right? This is what this banner means to them. PlayStation finally coming out here saying, here, this is for you, our fans. So then you get the community note at the bottom. This isn't an official mock-up banner from PlayStation, from Sony PlayStation, but is a fan-made mock-up that the original poster is hiding the replies of when mentioned. PlayStation have not officially made this banner. Also, when asked, the OP references another tweet of his own that isn't the banner. So if we go here, let's see. What is this? Okay, ready? No, it's not even in his language. Noticias PlayStation. Hi, I made the banner on Canva, but I'm flattered that you consider it official. Look, he went and did this. It's a PlayStation channel. So it's not like some, and it's a big PlayStation channel or a Twitter account. Like literally way bigger than him, right? So he made this. He's telling the world, and they're trying to act like it's not. Like they want it to be from Sony so badly, but it's not. And that, my friends, is
called self-soothing.
Is super self-soothing. I mean, it made me laugh and it made me sad for them, right? Because it's clear that they are so desperate. They're so desperate to be seen by PlayStation. I feel like
start making their own games.
I know. I really feel like it's I really feel like they have like what's that thing that they always daddy issues. Daddy issues. That's what it is. I think they have daddy issues. You know what I'm saying? That Sony doesn't see them. You know, they don't care about them. PlayStation doesn't come back home on the weekends anymore to hang out. You know, they're busy visiting anime conventions and shit. They don't talk about games anymore with them like they used to. They had a bond talking about video games. They don't talk about it anymore. Like they're just I think there's some heavy emotional damage.
Will save you though.
Team LFG, the complete multiplayer focused studio, is gonna save save them. But yeah, this is just again, it's just a sad thing. Like over here on Xbox, we just have so much, right? So many games coming, given to us on Game Pass, right? Make it clear because obviously, you know, the ponies keep saying they have our games. No, you have a store that you could spend your money on. But like clearly this is affecting them in a major way. Yeah. Like they're really upset that they're not like us. You know, it's like, I guess it's like seeing your father leave and start a new family that he's happier with. You know what I'm saying? Like
Damn.
you're like, damn, he never smiled like that when he was here. And they're like, damn, why? And it's like PlayStation.
And then your mom's like, "You're the reason."
You're the, sorry if I'm triggering anybody's trauma, you know what I'm saying? But I really feel like that's what we're witnessing. You know what I'm saying? I really feel like we're seeing this happen in 4K. You know what I'm saying?
Coming back with the milk, I promise.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. I'm telling you, this is definitely emotional damage. I think they're seeing PlayStation happy as shit that these Xbox games are coming on to their console, and they don't even care that they're taking, these PlayStation ponies dollars, right? Like they don't care, and they're like, "Why aren't you guys fighting Steam? Why aren't you taking your games off of Steam?"
Oh, we lost you.
What happened?
Your audio went out. I guess you were too loud in your mic. I don't know if you canceled.
Mine. Sorry, it's just the emotional damage.
The pony cry. The pony cry.
It's hard to comprehend them when they're in that state. But honestly, like, come on, man.
That's wild.
Like this is where they are. This is the situation. Look, I feel bad for them. Not like do something nice for them, kind of feel bad, but like pity, like now I see why they're in my replies saying Xbox is dead. I swear to God. I swear.
What do you say? You say go cry some more.
Cry quietly.
Oh.
Cry some more quietly.
Yeah, quietly.
Like calm the fuck down. You cry.
Just suppress that pain.
Keep that shit to yourself.
Suppress that pain. Get back to your basement.
Yeah. It's a problem, but it's real. It's just what it is. So yeah. So I mean, listen. Obviously, these are my feelings on this. I mean, do you guys see the same thing? Do you feel the same thing when you see them so desperate to try to take ownership of this? Like this is a PlayStation thing. I swear.
Why would PlayStation update their banner? They don't have any new hit IP, and they don't have anything on the way that people are excited for. Why would they update their banner? It just doesn't really make sense at the moment. You want to update it with Marathon? That's what you would update it with. And Fair Games and
Stolen Art.
Oh, Stolen Art. It's funny. They took somebody else's shit like, oh yeah, this is PlayStation. Look how they steal. This is what they do now, huh?
New thing over there.
This is like just their normal way of being.
What else would they put on there? That intergalactic. So you want the bald lady that everyone hates. They wouldn't update their graphic right now. They need some games. The only thing they might update it with is with that Stellar Blade girl. That might be it.
This is like a goodbye poster, right?
Yeah.
Farewell, PlayStation, and their single player games, right? That makes more sense. It's sad that it's gotten to this point. You can feel the pain, but I don't feel bad. They talk so much shit. Go fuck yourself. Yeah. You don't have games. That's it. Cry, bitch, cry, right? They're not shy when they want to run around running their mouth, right? Why should we hold back when it's their turn to be on the hot seat, right? Even when they're not, they keep excusing the nonsense. So I think this is earned and deserved. You don't have any games. This is what PlayStation used to be. This isn't it anymore. Dead and gone. This is a reminder of what you're no longer going to get. They're still chasing that dream that they can't figure out.
Damn.
Right? How did Xbox come in and take over multiplayer, single player? Your bitch ass they don't even know where they're standing. Herman is out there just talking all kinds of nonsense. Shuhei is out there spilling the beans. It's like they are so dysfunctional in just wasting money.
Yeah.
It is what it is. This is your brand.
This is
Sayonara.
And these ponies don't realize it doesn't matter how many copies of those single player games they buy, it doesn't get PlayStation in the black. They need a live service game. They need more than one. That is popping off. They got Helldivers. I think MLB The Show does decent, but it's not some top selling sports game ever. It's not up there with FIFA and Madden and NBA 2K. It's just a decent selling sports game. Then they have Gran Turismo, which once again does okay, but it's not this, big hit that they can rely on. They need more. And because they're not getting more, you're not getting more of the type of games that you like. You should have supported Concord.
Facts.
If you wanted your single players.
Look at the guy with the face. Look at what he writes about Xbox, right? Being dead and all this crap, right? He should be hosting PlayStation's funeral, right? All these games that didn't come out, that didn't make it. The lack of money, right? You checking on Xbox's wallet. What happened with PlayStation's? What do you think happens with those canceled games? Where's that money gonna go? They're not seeing it again. Wasted. No games, no money, wasted. Your brand recognition, dying. It's over, bitch. It's over. And, we thought the worst that we were going to see was like a year ago, and look at you bleeding out still. Man, every day. Wake up. One thing is certain. PlayStation is dying.
Oh, shit.
Ponies are crying everywhere. That's guaranteed.
Wow. Well, I think that's a lovely way to end it, unless you have anything else to say.
No.
All right. I think that's a lovely way to end it. And with a message from Kaseya, Doodle, the truth walker, the truth talker.
Thank you, baby. What's up, Kaseya?
And guys, with that, that's where we're gonna wrap up the show, man. Thank y'all so much for rocking out with us. What a fun show. Great to be back and having a good time with you guys. Shout out to everyone who super chatted. You guys are the shit. Thank you so much for the support. Thank you to everyone who are subscribers of Patreon and of our YouTube memberships. Thank you guys so much. We appreciate the support. Always remember that the show is brought to you by you, so we do appreciate that. Of course, we do want to go ahead and shout out our elite members. That's right. We have the homie Big Boy Mike, Dark Angelic, and Queen Witch. And then, of course, we have our inner circle members. We got the homie Big Miz Gaming and Pragmatic Eagle.
Thank you, guys.
I want to shout out the first 3 people in the chat. You had the best bot of the night. That's right. It's our boy Do UK Now, the Broke Boy Insider. You had Michelle Alexandria, number 2, and Cage of Vampiro Borracho, number 3. Those were the specials of the night. Of course, you had our first super chat with our boy Do UK Now, the Broke Boy Insider, with that $2 super chat. We had the biggest super chat of the night. At first, it was Starkey Love with that $5 super chat, but we forgot to put his name on there, so we left him on and added RC Polygon, who came in with that $10 super chat. And then our gifted memberships, our boy Spartan661. God damn it, I didn't update it, so I got to change it before, no matter how. It must be changed because he did go ahead and do 10 gifted memberships. So let me save that right there. And I do want to make sure that that goes across the screen before we wrap up, because our boy went ahead and gifted 10 On Point for Gamer memberships to the channel, man. So we appreciate you, brother. Thank you so very much. Remember that we will be back Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern time. It's gonna be a fun show. Okay, we're gonna see what they got, what news is out there, but Xbox, they're always delivering more. It's always something to talk about. So we're definitely gonna be back for that. First of all, I have to shout out our boy, motherfucking Farrell Bazaar, rocking out with us in the building, chilling with us, man. Appreciate you, my dude. Thank you so much for being here. Why don't you let everybody know where to find you, homie?
Oh man, great. Thank you for having me. You can find me typically on Mondays on YouTube, Vitamin G podcast right here. We go live usually around 9 p.m. Come through, rock out, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and yeah, come hang out when we're live.
Awesome, man. Awesome. Again, thank you all for rocking out, man. We appreciate you guys. And with that, we're going to go ahead and end the show the way we end every single show. Doodle!
Yes.
We're done.
We are.
Until next time.
You're intruding.
You're intruding.